afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. In college football, the ACC is closing in on a scheduling change that will require all league teams to play at least 10 games against Power 4 opponents. The remaining question is, should the league move to 9 conference games or stay at 8? Tonight, Tulsa visits Oklahoma State at 7:30 on ESPN. Iowa's at Rutgers at 8 on Fox. In baseball, Reds host the Cubs at 6:40. Cincinnati A's Hunter Green pitched a complete game one-hit shutout Thursday, anchoring a 1-0 victory. Reds are 2 games out of the third NL wildcard spot. Guardians are at the Twins at 8-10, the first of 4 games in 3 days. Cleveland won its 7th straight ball game 3-1 at Detroit Thursday, trailing the Tigers by 3.5 games in the AL Central. Cleveland's 1.5 games behind Boston for the third AL wildcard spot. Clippers welcome the Omaha Storm Chasers from Huntington Park at 7:05. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at division? Yeah, in the office, baby. Going up.
That's right. They say he never works. He's always on the golf course. Guess what you have to do when that happens? You just combine both. Rothman and Ice. We're taking the show on the road out here at the Ohio State Golf Club, and we're at the Scarlet Course, and this is the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship with my man Dave Biddle. Good to get you out of the office.
That's right. It's good to get outside for once. It's beautiful out here. A little warm, but a beautiful day out here. Ohio State Scarlet Course, beautiful course, and great to be here with you, Anthony.
It'll be outstanding. We'll have some celebs on. We'll have some guests on. We'll tell you about what's going on out here because there are things for you to do, and the fortune that this thing dropped on Ohio State's bye weekend is just perfect. So the stars align there during this week. So I'll tell you, we have set up shop at Pub 13. This is the par 3 on the back, 13. And during the week, any fan that comes here, there'll be games for kids of all ages, drink specials for the adults. Every time a player makes a birdie, this TV screen behind us is like a movie theater screen. So Pub 13 is known as birdie time. So when a player makes a birdie on 13, the shot clock starts, and every patron here can buy a drink special for 13 minutes. And it is special. Believe me. You want to pace yourself, soldier.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, definitely. Are we allowed to say exactly what it is? You kind of... I didn't want to, overstep my bounds.
No. I don't know exactly if the specials change. I don't know that part, but we can get that information.
Yeah, the media relations director told me dollar beers.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good. So, yeah. So, Scotty was like, it's going to take a $10 bill and just go buy 10, I think.
Yeah, and I got here early, guys, and
I've been making birdies all morning.
And they really have been, honestly. So I have seen 3 or 4. I got here about 10, 15. I've seen 3 or 4 birdies. The bell goes, and then I'm telling you, this entire tent, everybody runs to the bar, gets that dollar beer.
There's a lot of knocking down, a lot of pushing.
Costanza?
It's really fun, right?
Exactly.
What looked like knocking
drill.
down was really clearing the way, Scotty, right? When there's smoke, what do they say? Get down, stop, drop, and roll.
Well, it's great, too, because I don't think they put a limit on how many you get, because I saw a couple of these guys walking away with 6 cups.
Okay.
It was impressive.
That is impressive. And you're already 3 deep, and you're the guy turning the buttons for us today.
Yes.
So that's a little bit scary. But just to give a little history here before we get going, and we're going to have a great show for you today. We'll have overs and unders this hour, pressure cooker, of course. We'll do college football picks against the number in the second hour. Tim May will be with us to diagnose improvement wink for Ohio State. We'll keep you up to date on the golfers here. This is the 19th year of the tournament. And earlier this week, they announced the extension of the agreement between the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship and the PGA Tour. So that really what that does is it locks in the tournament as the Korn Ferry Tour Finals event through 2029. And Scarlet remains the host course, which is great. Been fortunate enough to be out here a couple times, so is Scotty. And it is one of the gems of this city. The most interesting part of, I believe, this tournament are the guys that have won it before they were mainstream stars, Dave. Scotty Scheffler, the world number 1, won this back in 2019. Justin Thomas won it in 2014. That was his first pro win. And the guys that have played on this tour and in this tournament specifically, Spieth, Xander Schauffele, Cam Smith, Tony Finau, just to name a few. So before they were stars, they were here.
Especially with Scheffler just 6 years ago, that's really cool, and just how he's just shot up to be by far the number 1 player in the world. And, yeah, just 6 years ago he won this tournament. That is really cool, the history here.
I've got 2 infamous stories from here. One, during a media day, I was playing on hole number 10, the par 4, up and then down to the green. There was a grounds person watering the green, left of the green, watering. And everyone was saying, and I was hitting my second shot into the green, and I mean, I was way out. I probably had a hybrid. And so I'm like, is this guy, is he going to turn around? Can we get his attention? And everybody, of course, just hit. I mean, what are the chances, right? He is off the green. It's not like, it's not like I'm the pro. I'm not going to hit the green, most likely. And so I hit it, and thank goodness, and it's heading right at him. Right at him. We're yelling. He can't hear a thing. And luckily, he was wearing a hard hat. Hit him right in the hard hat, and then Rick O'Shea, the famous Irish golfer, Rick O'Shea, right into his shoulder. And but the funny part is, I wound up winning a closest to the pin, not on that hole, a closest to the pin on another hole, and I wound up giving him my certificate as a, hey man, let me smooth over the waters.
Sorry for hitting you in the head, but it wasn't your fault. They told you to do it. You didn't want to. And they were like, nah,
he was overconfident.
Go ahead.
I was like, they're like, no, they know. Just go ahead. He'll be looking. Don't worry. I mean, it wasn't a horrible shot. He was just off the green. It's not like I hit it 30 yards left.
Is that the only time you've ever hit anyone when you were golfing?
Probably the only time you've ever hit anybody wearing a hard hat.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That
the
really
one time
is.
you hit somebody, they have a hard hat.
Yeah, it's a good time to hit somebody
so
in the
lucky.
head. Yes.
Yeah.
How did you win?
I'm glad
for
you
the
didn't
day?
kill a man. Go ahead.
Did you win for the
I don't
entire
remember.
day?
That was the only. It soured me for the whole day.
Oh.
I think I'd already won the closest to the pin earlier that day. We're already on 10. I think I don't know what I shot the rest of the day. It was awful. The other great story, and this is a better story, when I was in the Pro-Am, I got paired with Lee Janzen one year, years ago. And it was, 2-time U.S. Open champ we're playing. And we also started at 10, the infamous cold cock the guy in the green hole. And so we're playing 10, and I think I made a birdie at 10. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe. Rolled it in. And he said, what kind of putter is that? And I go, it's 25-year-old putter. Bobby Grace. It's Grace. And he goes, you're not going to believe this. He goes, back in the day, when I was winning that, I was associated with that guy as well, and he made me a prototype putter, and he brings this picture up on his phone, and it's like an all gold member version of my putter. And my putter is called the Response, which was by McGregor. It's a weird story. Nicklaus, when he won the Masters in '86, had the old McGregor putter, and Grace made one just like it. And so I've used that like Jack Nicklaus '86 looking Belgian waffle maker for a long time, and I even have it back in the bag now. And so I'm playing, and I birdie 10. We get to 11, and I par 11, and then we get to the par 5 12th, right before here, and I birdie that. I'm now 2 under through 3. That's where we started, and I'm beating the 2-time U.S. Open champion Lee Janzen, and that's the end of the story.
There you go. That's like when
3 holes.
That's like the Lee Corso Woody Hayes story. Like when Indiana got was it a 3-0 lead against Ohio State and went and
take a picture.
Corso's like, timeout. We need to take a picture of the scoreboard.
That's exactly what it was.
I think it ended up like 56-3 Ohio State. Yeah. So, but how did okay?
No.
You don't want to say how it ended. That's how it ended. With Anthony beating a 2-time U.S. Open champion.
How'd the rest of the play go? No, it wasn't. It's not necessary. That's the only part
there
of the story.
Yes, you're right.
So Scotty and I, we've had some moments out here too. It's really a beast of a track. I think people that say, it's so much better than Gray. I've played Gray. It's fun. Like Gray is actually, if you're someone that prefers not getting your butt kicked on the golf course, play Gray. It's outstanding.
So you and I have played together probably about 100 times in our life, right? And I've never beaten you over 18 holes. However, I thought
that's why I'm not playing with you anymore because you're getting better.
You refuse to play.
I choose not to play.
But the amazing thing is I thought the very first time that I was going to beat you was here on a media day, and we get to 18, and I had a 2-shot lead.
Oh, no.
And I blew it on 18. I still think about it.
Did he birdie, or did you? Like, what did you do?
No, I didn't have to probably do much if
I
he
just blew up.
Oh,
I
wow.
Just, threw a 7 or an 8 on the card. And
there was some yellow
lost.
fluid down his leg.
I shot
wow.
an 83. You shot an 82.
Okay.
You won the day.
That's
I still
amazing.
have the scorecard.
Do you
I'm
really?
Thrilled with the 83.
Do you want me to sign it?
Oh, boy.
Say, so close. Oh,
Ooh.
Scotty's getting a lot better.
First segment of the show with a low blow.
We've had some great battles, man. We've had some great battles. This is a fun place to be. We mentioned Will Shipley, who has his card on the PGA Tour for next. Neil. Will.
I knew you were
knew
gonna
I
do
would
that
do
'cause
it.
you were
I'm
joking-
sorry.
you were joking
I was joking
before the
about
show.
the football player.
Yes.
Maybe Will has his card too. I don't know.
Yeah, but Dean getting it just over a month ago, he qualified. That must be nice being here, and his home course, so to speak. And he already knows he's qualified for the PGA. It's a really cool story.
He can play for more status. Technically, he could pull a Rory and not even play this week in this leg of the playoff. He really could. But if he plays and does well, he could earn even more status, more exemptions out on the PGA Tour next year. He goes off at 1:15, almost an hour, and he'll start at 10. So we'll actually see him coming through.
Oh, nice.
Pub 13 pretty quickly here this afternoon. But he's also a guy that's like tied for 65th right now. So he needs to actually do something because the projected cut is even, and he is even right now. So he'd like to be around for the weekend, and we'd like to have him as well. It kind of brings up some interesting stuff. Before we get to, like, maybe our main topic here, Hunter Green had a no-hitter going last night.
He did.
It doesn't really matter because they won the game. But
And I tell you what, the one hit was, they had the rookie third baseman in there, Sal Stewart, who was a really good hitter. Maybe not the best defensive third baseman. If Brian Hayes was in there, that would have been probably a no-hitter. But man, I'll take it. That's what we've been wanting to see as Reds fans from Hunter Green. He's got that capability to be, just an or a Cy Young candidate every year. But it's just been durability issues. Man, he stepped up big time last night. Big time. Mm-hmm. 9 strikeouts. He was just on fire.
So the Reds and the Guardians are taking us all the way into deep September. The Guardians, good Lord. I know you're a Reds fan, but that team is probably the hottest team in baseball.
Seriously, and it looked like for a while that they were going to be on the outside looking in, and they just
they've won
August?
7 in a row. They're 9 in their 9 of their last 10.
It seems like they do this every year. Good for them. What a great organization. I'd like to see, even though being a Reds fan, I'd like to see the Guardians just spend a little bit more. I know I'm preaching with the choir of every Guardians fans out. Like, obviously you're not going to be the Mets or the Dodgers, but, like, spend as much as the Reds do. The Reds just spend their money foolishly. Like, they're paying, like, Candelario $16 million not to play baseball this year and next year as well. The Guardians, they just spend a little bit more money. Man, they could be a contender, and they're pretty much a contender every year as is. I just wish they would spend a little bit more money.
A little hint on the pressure cooker. Somebody on one of those teams is going in there for me. And by the way, Parker Messick, who's just been slinging it, is going to pitch tonight for the Guardians against the Twins. So he's been lights out as well. Lodolo goes for the Reds. When we come back, it got us thinking. We saw it coming. The guys we did know were going to be great, and maybe a couple we thought were going to be that went the other way. This is Rothman and Ice. We are live at Scarlet on the Fan.
Have you already started your tailgate? Us too. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Credit challenges, we got solutions. At Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall, all credit types are welcome. Good, fair, poor, or none. Get approved fast and cruise away happy. Stop in or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Nothing beats a cold beer on game day, but sometimes you've still got things to do. Hey guys, Eric Reeser here. It's why I've been grabbing Go Brewing, award-winning non-alcoholic beer that actually tastes like beer. Good news, Go Brewing is now available at Kroger. Grab a 6-pack of their tropical IPA in the beer aisle next time you're there.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can buy $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. This grand slam of a deal includes something for everyone. Get your tickets for Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays at reds.com/Tuesday.
All credit types are welcome at Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall. From perfect scores to starting fresh, we'll get you driving. Shop our huge selection and leave in your new car today. Stop in or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Your new Columbus home for the Jim Rome Show is the Fan 2.
Catch the live experience weekdays from 3 to 6.
Just one requirement. Have it take and don't suck. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Jim Rome Show. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We end the work week hot and with plenty of sun. Skies will be hazy as we do have an air quality alert in place. Daytime highs topping up in the upper 80s to low 90s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with lows in the mid to low 60s. For Saturday, we could see a stray shower or storm in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly dry with partly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it, Pub 13, Scarlet Course, Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, my man Dave Biddle, Scotty and Chris at the controls as well. I did find out some very pertinent information during the break. Now, this is the heavy research that you expect out of me. I went over there to find out, you asked about the drink specials. And so I wanted to know exactly what we're working with here. You're correct. The dollar beers do go. So we get a birdie. Shot clock starts at 13 minutes. And for 13 minutes, it's buck of beer time. All right? The other thing is they've got what we call birdie juice over there. You see that little container there on the end?
Birdie juice?
That's what we call.
That looks like a big vat of fun right there.
It's like a blueberry vodka. We'll take you down to the juicing room, all right? And after you're done today, they'll roll you down to the juicing room and squeeze you like Willy Wonka. That's blueberry vodka, and that's another drink special today as well.
$1 after a birdie?
No, that's not $1. That's special. That's about $4.
You have to let us know how it tastes, Scotty.
Yeah.
It sounds like it tastes really
What
good.
you want to do is you want to mix in some of the birdie juice with the beers just to kind of keep yourself playable today.
I'm a little disappointed we haven't had a birdie while you guys have been on air yet, because before you guys were on air, it felt. Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
Oh,
how about the time in there?
Oh,
Release the hounds. Oh, there they go.
Here we go.
This is hilarious.
To the bar.
It's too bad the video
10,
feed's not working right now because you get a
20,
little feel for what this is like.
30, 40 people.
I love
immediately
it.
at the bar here.
Now I want to see like the average purchases. Or people give me 20.
It's true.
Chris,
is there a limit?
Start bartending.
Is there a limit? I don't think there is. I don't know if there is.
Oh,
my. We're going to need a bigger keg.
All right, this guy at the back of the line, he's watching that shot clock. He's like, let's get it rolling here.
We're down to 12 minutes and 30 seconds.
Exactly. Let's swipe that credit card or put it on my tab or something. By the way, there was a guy named John Vanderlaan. Dr. Van Nostrand. John Vanderlaan. Do you guys know?
John Van de Velde.
No, not Jean. John Vanderlaan shot a 62 here yesterday. Course record.
Wow.
And that's what you were on pace for when you were golfing with Lee Janzen.
Not tied the course record, but just set it outright.
You know what? Let me tell you something. He hasn't gotten to hole number. I don't have his. Yes, you know what? We would have been tied. Because no, actually I would have been beating him if we started on the back. Because he went par, birdie, and I went birdie, par, birdie. All right, Jean Vanderlaan. I got you. Let me tell you his card from yesterday. Birdie, by the way, he shot a 62. You're not going to believe this, Scott. He shot a 62 with a bogey.
Oh.
With a bogey.
What did he bogey?
He bogeyed the par 3 fifth. Ooh, that's brutal. Think about that. All right, 62 is pretty. He went 32-30.
And that's the course record.
That is the course record. Oh, you know what? I'll have to check this. You know who that may tie here? And you and I know who it is. And I think he did it the year we had him on.
Lingmerth.
I think David Lingmerth had a 62 in 2022. You need to look that up.
Well, and here's
Get the crack
key,
research staff on that.
Because David Lingmerth did come on with us, and then he went on to win. So whatever guest comes on today, great luck to you, because we're 100%. They'll probably go on and win. Yeah, and I will probably go on and bet them.
Listen, sometimes they're going to be asked. They may say, "I don't need that kind of luck. I don't want any. I don't want any of you guys." All right, so Scotty and I'm going to bring David on this. Is there an athlete in your time in the last 5-10 years that you knew was going to be great, that became great before the mainstream knew it?
Oh, wow. I'd have to think about that. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. No.
And the reason we were talking about this, Dave, was because we were looking through the winners of this tournament, and you have some big-time names. So you had, obviously, Scotty Scheffler win here.
Just 6 years ago, we were saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that was obviously before everybody knew Scotty Scheffler, and Scotty Scheffler would go on to be, right now, the best golfer in the world. So it got Anthony and I thinking, like, who did we discover before they became huge? And I'm going to throw two out at you.
All right, I've got one. I'm wondering if they're the same.
I'm breaking the rule as far as the timeline goes. But
he's already cheating.
The continuum, the time-space continuum?
In tennis.
Oh, no. We do have the same guy.
Oh, no.
That's amazing.
No, we don't. I don't think so.
You have the same German, Italian?
I watched Novak Djokovic play a 5-set match in 2007. It was like his very first pro major that he was in, first slam. And he ended up winning in a 5-set match, epic match. He played Radek Stefanik. And it was incredible. And I'm like, this Djokovic, he looks absolutely incredible. Like he has the entire game. It was before anyone even knew him. He wasn't seeded. He wasn't really anything at that point. Obviously, he was playing in the U.S. Open, but he won his first match, and in a 5-setter, and I'm like, gosh, this is a guy to buy a little stock in. And, of course, he ends up being one of the best tennis players of all time. But it felt good discovering Djokovic, and I feel like so many people dislike Novak Djokovic, and I think that's a big your hands up, and a big reason why I've always liked Novak Djokovic is because I felt like I got in on the ground floor of seeing this guy before he was a big-time player.
And he's made you money over the years, which is the biggest reason that you like him.
That's a big
Is there
part
any
of it.
truth to the rumor, Scotty, that you were the one that convinced him to start hitting a two-handed backhand?
That is not true. That is not true.
Because you know who his idol was? Djokovic's idol?
Agassi.
No, close.
Sampras?
Okay.
Really?
So Sampras
I didn't know
was
that.
his idol, and Sampras hit that big one-hander.
Yeah.
And he had to be convinced to stay with the two hands.
So who's
How about
yours?
that? Mine is Alcaraz.
Oh, okay.
And I've said it, and I kind of have the proof, but I don't, because I said it on the air with Maddie years ago.
I was going to say, this would have to be when he was real, because they were talking about him when he was like 16. So you're talking
That's
about...
what I'm saying. I'm not taking credit for scouting him. I'm just saying I said he was going to be the next biggest thing. I said that he was the guy. Go look out for him. Multiple majors. Now, I think he has every major. He has every major twice except the Aussie. I don't think he's won the Grand Slam yet.
No, he has not.
I don't think he has the Aussie, but he's got everything else, and he's got everything else twice. And he's a great story. I remember telling the story in the air about Carlos Alcaraz, that his mother worked at IKEA as a sales assistant, and his dad played tennis, but he had to stop as a teenager because he couldn't afford to continue and all that. And I remember saying on the air, like, this guy is as athletic as Nadal. He's got a wicked forehand, a very effective serve. He can get free points off his serve, and he had the touch, too, to go with it. And so that's one that I remember saying on the air. The other couple that I stashed, and I'm not taking credit for these, I'm just saying that I had them in the minors, and I drafted them in fantasy, and I had them, and one was Ellie De La Cruz, who, by the way, I know is not living up to it right now. I know, I may eventually be wrong on that.
You've hit as many home runs as he has in August and September combined, which is amazing.
I had Ellie De La Cruz, and I stashed Paul Skeens before he came up. But those are ones that people kind of knew, and I just got in early.
So let me throw a
Buckeye. Like buying Chipotle, not at the IPO, but maybe when it got up to like $50 a share. That would have been the time.
Right. So let me throw a Buckeye out at you guys that I felt really good about, that was going to be a star at the next level that most people didn't think anything of, okay? And I'm going the basketball route. I'm going a guy that I know you know very well, Anthony. And he was my favorite player growing up.
Really?
And it is Michael Redd. So Michael Redd, that freshman year, that OSU basketball team was so horrendous.
6-22?
His first
8-22.
His first game, he came out there and scored a bunch of points.
And he would put up 30 points, and I would watch every single game. And the only reason why I would watch that Buckeye team was to watch Michael Redd. In fact, when anybody else shot the ball, I'd be angry because I only want to watch Michael Redd play on this team. And then, of course, he goes sophomore year. They go to the Final Four with Scooney Penn. And Scooney gets a lot of the attention, and deservedly so, for leading that team to the Final Four. And then Michael Redd and Scooney come back for that junior year for Michael Redd, and they lose to Miami in round 2 of the tournament. And so the stock on Michael Redd kind of went down after that junior year, but he came out, and he was a second-round pick. And a lot of times, NBA second-round picks, the percentage chance that they are going to succeed at the next level is very low. But I remember just being so adamant that Michael Redd was going to be a fantastic NBA player, and he didn't do a whole lot. He was drafted with Ray Allen there with the Bucks.
That, by the way, I think that helped him.
Yes, I agree.
I really do.
Had a couple years
sitting behind him,
behind Ray Allen, and then became a star. Ended up being an Olympian. Ended up being an absolute NBA star.
You know,
Michael Redd, I got the stock real early.
You know, else he played really well against in practice was Glenn Robinson when he got there.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. We all knew that Silky 22 was really good.
Yes.
I don't think we knew that he could shoot that pure that often. Like, his crossover and his ability to get to the rack was great.
Yep.
But that three that he developed behind Ray Allen is almost like cosmic stuff. I agree. And by the way, as good of a guy as he was a player.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. When we come back, we'll be back here in 2 minutes at the Nationwide Children's Championship, and we'll update you on the leaderboard and a lot more Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Did you know that Byers Airport Subaru is the oldest Subaru retailer in the entire country? And we're conveniently located right by the airport. We take pride in treating every customer like family because that's what's kept us around for generations. Right now, drive home a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at ColumbusSubaru.com. Byers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Jermaine Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, kids. Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
Is it now? Yeah, here we go. All right, fellas, back on Nationwide Children's Championship. And tournament director Kip McBride in the house. Good to have you, my man.
How are we doing? Thanks for being here.
Thank you for straying away from the Shipley Shack to join us. That's pretty cool because he'll be coming through here very soon. And, you know, being a Buckeye and the fact he already has his card and he has his status, kind of explain to the folks a little bit about what he's fighting for this week because technically he didn't really have to play, correct?
No, he didn't. But, again, he can better his position to be in that number 1 spot. So that gets him a lot more exemptions next year. And he still technically has the Battlefield promotion. So if he wins, he's won twice. So if he wins his third, it's an automatic bid to the PGA Tour, which he already has. So it's a little, I don't know if that's ever happened before where you have the status, but you also could win the third. You know, this is his own course. So we're rooting for him. This group out here is going to be on to him today.
You got, tell us about the Shipley Shack, though. He's going to have his fans here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to hear him, right?
Yeah, and I did talk to him. I didn't want to completely surprise him. But, yeah, so we have a little alcove here on the Pub 13. We've got, hopefully I can get everybody in the next hour to these wigs that go in the back of your hat and, you know, kind of his hair, right? Body by Waffle House. But, yeah, so we put a little extension there, and a group of guys going to be over there and gals. And hopefully just as he walks by, you know, he hasn't seen them yet. He didn't want to see them. So I think he'll be a little bit surprised on everybody looking that way. But we're hoping for a nice day for him to walk by.
Listen, if he makes a birdie here, you may run out of birdie juice. Like you may actually run out.
We'll take it. We'll take that birdie.
This is, by the way, you had a tie course record here yesterday with Vanderlaan, 62?
Yeah, 62 tied it, yeah. So what a great young man. You know, his wife is also the Wives Association on the Korn Ferry Tour. She does a lot with charity. She's been here for the Pros for Patients. He's been just a super nice guy and couldn't ask for anything better.
19th year of the tournament, but we're in the playoff now. We're in that playoff calendar. This is the second leg of the Korn Ferry playoffs?
Yeah, so we're in the second leg. So our field was 144. They get a week off and go to Tulsa where it drops to 120, and then the finals in Indiana.
How cool is it? How much pride do you take that the world number one Scotty Scheffler won here, and Justin Thomas gets his first pro win here? And, I mean, Spieth's been on this tour, Xander, guys that we know very well.
Yeah, it's amazing, and that's what you do. That's why you come out. So you get to see these guys first. You know, you just said Scheffler, but you go back to the day. This is where I met Jason Day. Jason Day, I believe, met his wife through this event. Ricky Fowler played here twice, had lost in a playoff to Derek Lamley. Jordan Spieth, like you said. But so many guys. Harris English won here. And, you know, Harry's still up there on the PGA Tour. So there's tons of names, and I've gotten to know a lot of these guys, and it's great to see them do on the PGA Tour. And it's, you know, what are you doing out here is watching for that next guy.
I do know that, I mean, it's such a cool tournament, but beyond that, the fact that this has been the primary beneficiary is the pediatric cancer program at Nationwide Children's has to be very fulfilling for you in almost 20 years now.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what we do with this tour. And, again, our great supporters of Nationwide and all of our sponsors. But we've given over $30 million to Nationwide Children's, 3.6 last year. So I do a lot of the finances. So I can tell you that I think we're going to be higher than that this year. So, again, incredible work by Nationwide and all of our sponsors to make that happen. Because by Wednesday night, we had played 166 tee times, and that's where we make our money.
The cool part also is, first of all, tickets are free.
Tickets are free.
I mean, no cost to this community to come out here and support this event. And they get to select part of the charity, correct?
That's right. So ncc-golf.com, you go there, go to get a free ticket. There's going to be a drop-down menu. We have about 30-something charities signed up. You can pick one of those charities, and we're going to give that charity $10. So
awesome.
Some great charities out there, too.
Kip McBride with us, tournament director here at the Nationwide Children's Championship. So field is what, about
136,
and you'll go 70-ish plus
65
ties?
plus
65
ties
plus
tonight.
ties.
So we'll see where we end up with our tee time starting tomorrow.
Weather's beautiful. I'm sure the course is playing as well as it looks. And this is, I guess, abnormally hot for late September, but lower humidity today, so not too bad.
Yeah, it's nice and cool here in Pub 13. It's a great place to be. I think the course setup, I don't think we'll see anybody at 9 under today. But
he made a bogey, too.
Yeah, I know, which is incredible.
Do you know how he bogeyed the par 3?
I did not.
Yeah.
I was going to look at the stats and see, but I didn't get a chance to do
That's
that.
crazy. How'd you shoot a 62? Bad bogey.
Bad bogey, right? It could have been, yeah. So, but no, I mean, the golf course is incredible. The staff here, it's, all the players that I've talked to who have come through here, they love this golf course because it is a true challenge of the game of golf.
And they get to see the future stars. We just talked about guys that weren't yet discovered, and they get discovered here. Well, actually, one of my favorite stories out here, I believe this is accurate, and it wasn't in this tournament, but when Scarlett was a qualifier for the U.S. Open, I do believe that Rocco Mediate qualified here at Scarlett the year he almost beat Tiger at Torrey.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 100% true, but I've heard that story, so we'll just say it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier this week, the agreement extends now, so you're locked in, and it'll always be this weekend or this week.
Well, the week could change. I mean, we're locked in through 2029 depending on the tour. There's a lot going on at the PGA Tour, right? So, but next year we will be in our same week, but we will actually be the third final event, so we will be at our 120 field as of right now.
Yeah, how do you feel about where the tour is right now, the big tour? And I know the guys, live guys get to play the majors. There's kind of listen, it's been diluted, the tour for sure, because they don't have everybody playing the same week all weeks. But where do you think we are with this, and where are we going?
I think there's a lot going on down at Ponte Vedra right now, trying to figure this out. Their new CEO stepping in, who was with the NFL, and I think there's a lot going on that I think it's positive. I think maybe we missed a boat early on and maybe should have done some things a little different, but who am I? But, I think we're starting to get there, and I think these guys would like to come back. I know Bryson would love to be playing on the PGA Tour. We just got to figure out a way to make everybody happy, which in today's day and age is not easy, but I think they're making the right move. And the Korn Ferry Tour, Alex Baldwin, who's the president of the Korn Ferry Tour, she's over all the PGA Tour Americas. I think she's right there underneath the wing, and what they're doing here is being watched, because the Korn Ferry Tour is obviously the feeder tour to the PGA Tour, and how we're doing things down here, they're paying attention to it for sure.
Listen, I think it's unrelatable for me. Guys like us who can't relate to the money that those guys were tempted by to leave. But there was always this narrative from them that I didn't understand, which was that the tour was preventing them from almost exploiting them. And I'm not inside the ropes. I don't know that stuff. All I know is that those tournaments that have been played for decades and decades have tradition. And I always thought that those were the greatest tournaments for those guys to want to win. And I know it's kind of come back a little bit, and it's about the majors, and maybe that's just a sports conversation in general. But there is still a lot of tradition on that tour. I hope it continues.
100%. And I would like to survey the guys that did go over and see if they felt like they made the right choice now. I think some of them would tell you that maybe it wasn't the right idea. But again, they got good offers for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What does the winner get this week?
$270,000. So $1.5 million is our purse. 18% of that goes to winner. So, not a bad 4 days, 5 days worth of work if you kind of played in the Pro-Am.
Nice little payday. I'm going to try to get Cole Hammer on because I think he's a Texas kid, right?
Yeah, he did our Tuesday Pros for Patient.
He did, right.
And worked with our first shot, Natalie Gray. And just what a super young man. And then you got an 18-year-old, Blades, Blades' last name, sorry, lost me. But you got an 18-year-old here playing. So, again, these kids are, I call them kids. I mean, there's some older guys, too. You got to look at that, too. There's some guys that are 46 that are Champions Tour bound. William McGirt's out here, Rob Oppenheim, Russell Knox, who played here as a college All-American, and so it's your mix of these young kids, and again, you look to the Champions Tour. There's some guys out there working towards that, but yeah, some really good players for sure. And again, to watch them play, my son's actually out here, standard bearer. He loves golf. He plays golf for Jonathan Alder, and he texted me at the turn. He's like, Dad, their swings are just so pure. He goes, it's just repetition. They just know what they're doing. So I'm hoping maybe he can pick up a little bit.
No doubt. Listen, the levels of this game are incredible. Like the fact that but these guys are as close to the best as you can get. And you get to see them this week here, and you get to see them for free at this beautiful golf course in this great golf community at Pub 13, where we had a birdie. Hopefully, the shipmeister can come in here and set sail, and we'll get another one.
I had to go help poor Beer. They got behind. I was over there.
Yeah, because when that shot clock starts going down, and these people at the back of the line, they're starting to let's wrap it up there.
That's right.
This is really cool. I hope you have a great weekend, Kip. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Anthony, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, take care.
Kip McBride, tournament director out here at Nationwide Children's Championship. It is one of the great events to support, and the tickets are free. And if you haven't been out here, this is the weekend and maybe even the day to get out here. We'll come back with overs and unders next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The Waterworks techs have heard it all. Screeching furnaces, dripping pipes, strangled garbage disposals, overflowing toilets. Did a spooky surprise catch you off guard? Who are you going to call?
No, not them. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222. We provide better care, better value, better results, and we'll take on any drain or heating and cooling nightmare to come your way. Happy Hello Waterworks.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now with
Great Lakes Hyundai save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, Jameson Whiskey, Didn't Go to College, and Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
The over-under on the amount of blueberry vodka birdie juices for Scotty Vegas. Would someone roll the young man down to the juicing room at once, please? For what? For squeezing. He's got to be squeezed immediately or he's going to explode.
He's eyeing it, man. He's tempted just to go
What's
over
the
right
over-under? 2.5? Oh,
I'm taking the
over.
over.
Hush falls over the crowd.
Well,
I'm taking the over on that.
Okay.
I was just thinking. So the last time we talked a birdie into existence, right? We said we haven't had a birdie in a while. We start talking about it. It happens, and everybody goes running. Now we haven't had one in a while. We're talking about it. Maybe we can have we'll talk a birdie into existence, and then we will run over there to get the birdie juice.
That was incredible. You know what that reminded me of? Speaking of this show right here, when we were at the Reds game and the Rangers pitcher was pitching a no-hitter, and we're talking about, and Ryan Baker is on live with Anthony and Maddie, and you and I are just screaming, and then they get a hit. The Reds, I think it was Ellie De La Cruz, got a hit to break up the no-hitter while we were on the air.
That's right.
With Anthony
and
Maddie.
I remember some of that game.
Here's the great thing. The great thing is you guys were all perfectly sober for radio.
Obviously.
And the other thing was that Scotty wore his glove. That was the whole reason we went down to the stadium.
And Ryan was giving you a hard time about that. I was like...
So was Maddie.
We were in the exact perfect spot to catch a home run. We were that first row of the sun deck.
You didn't have a problem with it, Anthony. You would bring your glove. You brought your golf shoes to walk around the course today.
I don't bring any golf shoes to the course. That's number one.
I actually looked. He's wearing the spikes.
Number two, I'm not. Number two,
he's not.
I don't think I had a serious problem with the glove, especially if you were like in the front row.
I was.
We were.
Okay,
yes.
So that's fine. I also think I don't even want to carry the glove. That's the thing. I just wouldn't want to carry it. It'd be more of a pain, but I was okay with it. Yeah.
I liked it, personally. Yeah, Ryan was not a fan.
Listen, a grown man with a glove at a ballpark,
let him live.
All right.
Yeah.
Scotty likes to go to the petting zoos as well. I don't have a problem with that. All right, Cole, take over, bud.
Yeah, man. All right, overs and unders. Let's start with the highest over-under total in the NFL this weekend. It's going to be on Monday. It's Ravens-Lions at 53.
That's more than Dallas-Chicago?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take, that defense, though, for Baltimore. It's going to be tougher for Goff to do what he wants to do. I hate betting unders in the NFL. They never work out. It's but it's 53.5. All right, I'm going to take the under. I hate doing it, but it just sounds too much.
That's what I jotted down as well. Under just too many points. Watch it be like they combine for the 60s or 70s.
Tannenbaum on First Take said that the Bears and Cowboys were going to break the record for points in a game this week.
Okay.
Like 100-plus points or something.
Oh, jeez.
I know he was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I think he half meant it. All right, TLC.
All right. How about Packers and Browns, which is the lowest over-under in the National Football League this week at 41.5.
Why am I getting a strange feeling that the NFL is going to NFL this weekend and the Browns are going to get them? Like, it's weird. It's one of those that it's, their defense. How many weapons do the Packers truly have? They're very good, and they're very good defensively. I just feel like
Wait, by get them, you say you think the Browns beat the Packers.
I think this could be a 4-quarter game.
Ooh. I love that the Browns are getting more than a touchdown at home. Like, I don't know if I'd pick them outright, but I think this is going to be a tough game. You look at the Browns, they have almost twice as many total yards as their opponents. I know it's two games, but, listen, I mean, they have a really good defense. They're playing at home. They really have nothing to lose. I like the Browns to cover, maybe not win.
All right, so your over-under, you said, was 41.5?
41.5.
Yeah. All right, if they're going to win, it's going to be a close. If they're going to cover even, it's got to be a lower-scoring game. But 41.5 is just... I mean, that's rough. It'd have to be like a 2017 game, something that would make me feel like they got a chance. 23-17, that's 40.
I'm going under on that. I really am. The score that popped into my head was 21-13.
All right. I went 23-17 still gets me under.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'll tell you, there's a double under after I said I hated taking unders.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well. Yeah, I debated this one, but yeah, two really good defenses. Give me the under. Jeff Hafley, our old friend, the defensive coordinator for the Packers, and obviously the Browns have a great defense.
Let's see if we can make it a three-peat, Rothman. Bengals, Vikings, a lot of backup quarterbacks in the NFL this weekend, and two of them are playing each other in Minnesota, 42.5.
Well, you know what I like to say when backup quarterbacks are playing? Don't forget about the pick sixes. That can get you some points. It's not all about whether the offenses score. What about the defenses? And you could have that this week. But all right, let's do it. Let's go for the trifecta. Why not? Why break it up now?
I said the exact same thing. Under. Give me the under on that one. Two good. Well, I don't know if the Bengals defense isn't good, but the Vikings defense sure is. The Bengals defense is much improved, but there was nowhere to go but up. I do think Al Golden was a good hire as defensive coordinator, but there's only so much you can do with that talent. They've been surviving off causing turnovers. They forced 4 interceptions in the first 2 games. I don't know if that's sustainable. Maybe it is against Carson Wentz. I don't know.
You know what I'd like to check out about Carson Wentz are his passing attempts on Sunday, because I have a feeling that the Vikings are going to do a lot of quick hitters, and maybe he can rack up some passing attempts on quick hitters or even passing completions on quick hitters. You got to look at that. But listen, the Vikings, their offensive line is trash right now. Aaron Jones is out. I know Mason's good. They got to get Wentz in a rhythm.
How's our boy Donovan Jackson doing up there?
It's a good question.
Better than Darrisaw's replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Darrisaw got injured basically by his head coach playing him on a meaningless play at the end of a half.
Oh, okay.
I was watching the game. By the way, you want to talk about something you know before it happens that you can just feel? I was watching the game with Chanel number 5, and I said, you do not run a play here. You cannot run a play here. You're on your own 2-yard line. It's the end of the half. What are you doing? And he gets Darrisaw injured. It was
so the clock's running. He just decides to run a play. He could have just ran it out. Or you're saying take a knee?
Take a knee.
Or just if you don't want to risk a safety, maybe just do a pseudo quarterback sneak where you're just trying to get down.
I can't tell you whether it was exactly the 2-yard line, but it was
roughly.
That's inside the 10.
And I know what you mean. You're like watching, like, what are you doing? And then it happens. And it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Like, how did I know that? And the head coach didn't know that.
All right, when will USC and Michigan State end? Over under 2 a.m. Eastern time.
Time's the kick.
11.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
I think.
And when they say 11, do we think that ball's getting kicked off right at 11?
No. I think it might be closer to 3 o'clock in the morning.
I would probably go closer to 3. Yeah, if it was 2:30, that'd make it an interesting one. Definitely. Give me the over on that one.
Yeah, that seems kind of a gimme.
Big Ten after dark.
Speaking of Big Ten at night, though, Anthony, were you surprised at that betting line with Indiana this weekend? Indiana, Illinois.
So I already. Where is it now?
It's 6.5.
It opened at 2.5, right?
Which shocked
Wait a minute.
me.
Illinois is getting.
Illinois is getting
6.5?
6.5.
It opened
correct.
at 2.5 at Indiana.
I'm shocked it went that way.
The money is pouring in on your Hoosiers.
I saw it at 4.5, and I bet Illinois up to 8.5.
Yeah, and on Sunday, Dave and I loved this line. I was like, gosh, Indiana at 2. That's attractive to me. And then it just kept going up so much that now I'm really nervous about it.
Illinois is banged up a little bit. I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure Indiana's a good team playing at home. That's a huge part of it, too. But Illinois is banged up. They have an offensive lineman that's out. I think their best defensive back is probably out. I don't know if that's official yet. But so Illinois is a little banged up. You got two of the better quarterbacks in the Big Ten going at it.
Yeah, I can't wait to
with
watch
Mendoza and Altmaier, too. And they're both veteran quarterbacks. Obviously, Mendoza, first year at Indiana, but a veteran quarterback, proven quarterbacks. There's not a lot of those in college football this year. So this is going to be a heck of a good game. And I like tomorrow's slate, how it sets up. It's just bracketed well. You got the big Texas Tech-Utah game at noon, and then you got Michigan-Nebraska at 3:30, and then the huge Illinois at Indiana game at prime time. It still feels weird to say it, but it is. It's a huge game.
And then, as Cole said, a game at 11 o'clock.
And then a game at 11 o'clock. Exactly right. That'll end at 2:37.
All right.
I will be up watching it and then talking about it on the money a few hours later.
That's right. Just came up with an interesting question about that game for you guys. Next, I'll do it. At the top of the hour, we are live at the Nationwide Children's Championship here at Scarlet, Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Common man, radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy. Moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Everyone deserves a great car, regardless of credit. At Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall, we say yes to all credit types. Explore our selection, get financed in minutes, and own the road. Stop in today or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. You're suffering from too much junkitis. Point at something you haven't used lately. Wow, it's gone. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Update and beautify your home with Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding from Menards. LP Smart Side siding is durable and comes ready to install. Available in 13 timeless colors, it's machine applied for a professional look and coverage. That means no painting and no hassle for years to come. Save big money at all Sherwin-Williams pre-finished siding now at Menards. Plus, view our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall. Looky here, guys. The Grove City Smoking Hot Wing and Music Fest is back for year 3, Saturday, October 4th at American Nitro. I'm excited. We're talking cold beer, killer wings, live music all day, football on the big screen. It all supports Ghosts of War, helping veterans in need. So veterans and military, you're in free, baby. Get your tickets at americannitro.com/wingfest. Brought to you by The Fan, Columbus Chamber, Martin Painting, T-Mobile, and Greenscapes. Wingfest, flavor, fun, and football. What more do you need?
Get the MVP, more value price from Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer, only $198 a month. New 26 Chevy Equinox, $239 a month. Or a new 26 Silverado, just $399 a month. Visit CoglinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Wow, that nagging joint pain. You know the one. Sometimes it's from maybe years of hard work. Sometimes it's just an old injury that never healed right. I know I've got plenty of those. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for far too long. But that stops right now. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Wolkoff and his team are going to use regenerative medicine, just like I got, advanced cellular treatments that will help your body heal itself. It's going to restore the damaged tissues. It's not a cover-up for it. It's not pills. It's not scalpels. It's long-term lasting relief. So you don't have to operate your life around the pain anymore. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Just smarter and natural ways to heal your body. Make sure you bring your MRI, bring your x-rays. They'll tell you if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. So just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or visit them at qckinetics.com/Columbus.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Your credit doesn't define your ride. Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall approves all credit types, good, bad, or rebuilding. Get behind a wheel today. Call 614-861-7150 or apply online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. From the NFL, Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels will miss Sunday's game versus the Raiders due to knee injury. Marcus Mariota will make his 74th NFL start and his first since 2022 with the Falcons. Big Ten football tonight, Iowa's at Rutgers at 8. Baseball this evening, Reds host the Cubs at 6:40. Cincinnati and Arizona 2 games out of the third NL wildcard spot. Guardians are at the Twins at 8:10, the first of 4 games in 3 days. Cleveland 3.5 games behind Detroit in the AL Central, 2 games behind Boston for the third AL wildcard slot. Korn Ferry Tour, John Vanderlaan leads the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship from OSU Scarlet Course at 9 under. This update sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Want to jinx your favorite sports team?
Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
Just ask Maddie to print your shirts. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it, hour number 2, live at Pub 13, and it is hopping. This is the place to be. Tickets are free. Get out here this weekend. By the way, the TV screen here, if you want to call it that, it's more like a movie screen, will have the football games on this weekend. So you can come out to Pub 13, watch the golf, be out here with the birdie juice and the dollar beers on birdies, and watch the games.
And this screen is incredible.
Yes. I've never seen anything like that. You said you could drop $10,000 in the pro shop, Scotty. I said, forget that. Buy this.
You know what? I don't think $10,000 is getting me this.
No,
I think this
so.
is
You're
more
right.
of a $40,000 type thing. Beautiful.
Who would know that answer?
Ashley?
I think before I leave, Ashley's not going to know that answer. You think?
Sure.
She knows everything out here. I think she probably would know. I'll tell you what, we need a birdie shout out. I can't believe you're like, we haven't had any birdie, and then bam, birdie. Right. You said no birdies during the show. There have been birdies previously, but during the show, you were like, there hasn't been any birdies, and then it happened.
I think you said no birdies, no birdies, no birdies, no birdies.
We need some birdies for these people. Come on.
All right, here's my question to you guys about the Illinois-Indiana game.
Yeah.
If you're an Ohio State fan, do you want Illinois to win, where there'll be so much more on the line for Illinois when Ohio State plays them October 11th? Or would you want them to lose, but then it becomes more of a, pseudo trap, maybe not a complete trap, So what is the Buckeye fan? Where's their rooting interest tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think if you're a Buckeye fan, you're likely. I don't want to speak for all of Buckeye Nation. I think you're rooting for Illinois. You want to play a team that is going to be a top 10 team when you go there. You don't want your guys thinking, oh, Indiana beat them. They were overrated. Like if they beat Indiana and they're sitting there at 8th in the nation, whatever it might be, 7th. By the time Ohio State goes to Champaign, that's what would be my preference. Because if they lose to Indiana, there could be that situation where, like I said, the players might be like, and the coaches would never say that, but it's human nature. The players might be like, Illinois, they're nothing. So I hope Illinois wins.
And I'm with Dave because Illinois right now you already have as a top 10 team. How great would it be to be able to go on the road in a couple weeks, assuming there's a few more losses in the top 10. How great would it be to go on the road and beat a top 6 or top 7 Illinois team? I think that would mean a lot more.
Yeah, and listen, there's no fear. You're going to probably respect them either way, but it just got me thinking that would you rather find out that they're not who maybe people think they are, or do you want them to become who people think they are? I think if you're an Ohio State fan, you probably say, hey, give us your best. That's fine. Be a top 10 team, and it'll get their attention either way. But if we learn that from Saturday night that maybe Illinois isn't all they're cracked up to be, that may make Ohio State fan feel a little better. Only because Illinois on the schedule at the beginning of the year was one of those games that people are like, I don't know if they're for real, but if I find out they're for real, it might be a little weirder. However, in an expanded playoff, does it really matter?
No. I mean, it does for seeding. I was just about to say, let's say you're Ohio State and you do drop a regular season. Let's say you lose to Penn State, because they're not going to lose the last regular season game, in my opinion. But let's say you lose to Penn State, but you also have wins over Texas. You have a win over a top 10 Illinois team. That would look a lot better than a win over barely a top 25 Illinois team. And then in theory, you'd have a win over Michigan. And then even with that one loss, if you're not Big Ten champs, you're still going to be seeded relatively high. So I think it helps for seeding purposes, because when they look at it, they're going to be like, quality wins. Okay, Texas. Oh, Illinois, that was a quality win if it happens like that. So we'll see. Now, if you're an Ohio State fan, you just hope you run the table. But this is a tough schedule, and I think there's going to be one slip up along the way. I don't know when it's going to be. I mean, Washington's not going to be an easy game at all. I was asked the question, other than Penn State and Michigan, what's the toughest game left on Ohio State's schedule? I'm like, well, it's either Washington or Illinois. I picked Washington. It's a tougher place to play. Nobody's given Washington any respect. I think they're probably they're not even ranked. They're the most underrated team in the country, in my opinion. They have a really, really good quarterback in DeMond Williams that Matt Patricia is comparing to Kyler Murray. I had an Ohio State player tell me over a week ago, oh, this kid's like an Antoine Randall that can throw the ball, and they have a really good running back. Husky Stadium's a tough place to play. Again, I think Ohio State's going to be okay in both games, Anthony, but if I had to pick one of those two games that's going to be the toughest, I think it's going to be Washington.
Well, which is interesting. I agree with most of the things you're saying. I would say that Ohio State is going to be a smaller favorite at Illinois. If Illinois beats Indiana, of course they'll be. I mean, I don't know what that spread would be. If Illinois beats Indiana and USC and they're undefeated when Ohio State plays them, what is that spread? 6.5?
No, I think it's higher than that. I think it's probably about 10.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Because they're 13.5 against Washington,
right.
Or 11.5?
Yeah, 13.5, yeah.
And you think it'll be right around there, like 10.5?
Yeah, I mean, it's still Ohio State versus Illinois, right? I mean, Ohio State, in your scenario, you're saying that Ohio State beats Washington.
Yeah, they're both undefeated when they play.
And Illinois beats,
I bet it's about a 10-point spread.
Especially if Illinois beats, as you said, I forgot they play USC as well. And USC coming into the year, like, USC's not going to be any good, and maybe they're not.
They might be ranked when they beat them.
But I think they're certainly better than what we expected. They have a good quarterback. Is it Rex Ryan or Rob Ryan? I always get them mixed up.
It's Rob.
As defensive coordinator. So USC's a little better than people expected, I think.
Do you guys think the winner of this Illinois-Indiana team is going to be a playoff team this year?
Yes. Because if you're Illinois, you win this game, you could, in theory, in my opinion, 10-2 Illinois is getting in. I don't see them losing a third game if they beat Indiana. Let's say you lose to Ohio State, but you keep it relatively close, and you have another not terrible loss, and you're sitting there at 10-2, and you beat Indiana, you beat USC, your one loss, as long as you don't get blown out by Ohio State, and Ohio State finishes, let's say, number one in the nation. I think Illinois at 10-2 would get in. And, Indiana, I think, if they win. To answer your question, whoever wins this game, I would say yes, I would bet they will make the college football playoff. How crazy would it be if Indiana makes the playoffs 2 straight years? It's just wild. And I know there's 12 teams, but still, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think the winner does get in. I would worry a little bit about Indiana handling the success if they beat Illinois. I think they could lay an egg somewhere that I wouldn't be expecting. Maybe they go to Washington and lose after they play. Actually, they don't. Illinois goes to Washington after they play Ohio State.
Ooh, that's not good for them.
That might be one to look at, even though I believe it's a bye. Actually, Illinois will have a bye after they play Ohio State, and then they go to Washington. If they didn't, I would be afraid of a massive, just because you never bet the team after they play Ohio State.
Correct, yeah. So I pulled up the odds on both Indiana and Illinois to make the college football playoff today. And I think you guys will be a little bit surprised at what the number is. So Indiana's a 6.5-point favorite over Illinois on Saturday. What do you guys think Indiana's odds to make the playoff are?
20%.
No, I mean actual odds. So
okay.
A number.
So 5 to 1. I guess would that be 20%?
I think it's got to be higher.
It's 6 to 1. So if you think that Indiana is going to beat Illinois this weekend,
Vegas does,
and you think that the winner of that game is going to make the playoff, you can get 6 to 1 on Indiana making the playoff. And a key part of that whole thing, really, Anthony, is the fact that Notre Dame has those 2 losses, right? Because that feels like that opens
Huge.
up another spot.
Yeah.
What's it for Illinois to make the playoff?
Plus 550.
Okay, very similar.
Indiana. The reason you're getting that is because even if they beat Illinois, if Illinois then loses to Ohio State, think about where Illinois will be ranked after they lose to Indiana and Ohio State. Like, then they're
20.
They're kind of out of sight, out of mind, and then it doesn't become that quality win anymore for Indiana. Indiana still has to go to Oregon. That's a loss.
Yeah. And
they have to go to Penn State. That's a loss, most likely. So that's why you're getting those odds on Indiana. And listen, I want to see. They're a stat monster right now. We'll be picking these games at 1:30. I'll give you a little preview. They're just feasting on bad teams right now and piling up stats. I'm not saying they're not decent. Just saying I need to see it tomorrow night, big time.
They feasted on bad teams last year, and then made the playoff.
But they were 11-1.
Now their schedule was different. They were still at Oregon
was
and at Penn
ridiculous.
State. Yeah,
like they've beaten Old Dominion, who they had trouble with, by the way, but that was week 1. And then they took it out on Kennesaw State and Indiana State. But now they get Illinois at home, and they're over a touchdown favorite. It's
6.5, right?
Or almost. Yeah. It's weird. So I would say I'm going to take back the winner of this game. If the winner of the game is Illinois, they got a great chance of making the playoff. If the winner of this game is Indiana, I would not go all in on that yet.
10-2 Indiana would have a chance getting in if their 2 losses are to Oregon and Penn State, and those 2 teams end up as top 10 teams, and you beat Illinois, and Illinois, let's say they stay at least in the top 20.
I agree with that.
I think 10-2 Indiana would have a really good chance of getting in, especially with what you're saying with Notre Dame.
The only problem is what Anthony just said, which was the teams they beat non-conference, right? Indiana State, and what did you say, Kennesaw State?
And Old Dominion.
Old Dominion.
That was their big non-conference game, was
Can you
Old
let
Dominion.
Indiana in if the 2 big games they played they lost, and the 3 non-conference games they played
That's
crap?
why.
It depends if Illinois is considered a big game.
That's it. That means somehow when Indiana beats Illinois, if they do, they need the Illini to rise up.
Yeah.
And knock either the Buckeyes off or somebody else.
At least if you're Indiana, you win the game. You can have Illinois lose to Ohio State, but you can't have them lose to anybody else, or all of a sudden maybe isn't that much of a quality win. You need Illinois to stay in the top 20 if you're Indiana. That's going to be a good game tomorrow night. We really love this slate of college football. I love covering Ohio State. I love watching Ohio State. I don't mind having an off week this week just to sit around and watch some college football, Anthony.
I don't mind an off week to hang out here at the golf course with you guys at Scarlet. When we got the Ship Shack going on, and we've got all sorts of cool stuff. The leaderboard, this is a great name. Billy Tom Sargent leading the way at 10 under.
That is a great name. We need a birdie.
Billy Tom
Speak
Sargent.
It into existence,
Come
Scotty.
on,
birdie.
We need a birdie.
Scotty, you got a Billy Tom Sargent leading a John Vanderlaan out here. 10 under and 9 under. We're back with Pressure Cooker after this. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Visit Tansky Power Sports this Saturday for our summer send-off sales event. We'll have food trucks and bike giveaways. Plus, meet some of your favorite Columbus personalities from 12 to 2 at Tansky Power Sports, 2491 West Dublin Granville Road in Columbus, or visit TanskyPowersports.com for details. With end-of-season discounts, now is the time to check out the inventory. Whether you're looking for an early Christmas gift or a deal on an end-of-model year golf cart, now is the time. So when you think power sports, think Tansky.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Matty Ice here from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. I recently bought a brand new Chevy Trax from McDaniel GM Superstore. It was by far the best car purchase I have ever made. And right now you can get a 2025 Trax at McDaniel GM Superstore for as low as $21,995. And with over 40 in stock, you know you'll find the perfect one for you. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Remember when sports used to be about calling up your favorite host and saying how stupid they are? Good news. We still do that. The Fan Call-In Show.
Hello. Sponsored by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino.
Sunday mornings at 8 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We end the work week hot and with plenty of sun. Skies will be hazy as we do have an air quality alert in place. Daytime highs topping up in the upper 80s to low 90s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with lows in the mid to low 60s. For Saturday, we could see a stray shower or storm in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly dry with partly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, a little pressure cooker time. I told you I would do it, Bids. I told you I would do it. I don't mean to do it. I feel I owe it to him. One of the top prospects of the 2019 MLB draft. He was selected by your Cincinnati Reds. with the 7th overall pick. He's now 27 years old. His name is Nicholas Frank Lodolo. And it's your mound now, Frank the Tank. You got to keep this thing going. We got to get you to the over on the wins, and we got to get them in the postseason. And he was really sharp early against the A's. Then he had control problems. He was tagged for a few home runs. First time he's surrendered that many in a game in a couple years. Your team is 2 back of a playoff spot. And the good news is on the tiebreaker with no, game 160, whatever they're going to do. 4-2 versus the Mets. 4-2 versus the D-backs. 3-3 against the Giants. And you guys lead on division record. So I'm putting on Nick Lodolo. Little pressure because your Reds have to feel it. He's got to follow it up.
Yeah,
and he's got to follow up a one-hitter.
I was going to say, I think that actually helps him because you want to outdo the guy that shined last night. Good luck outdoing
him.
Yeah, good luck outdoing what Hunter Green did last night. But we'll just, if you're a Reds fan, we'll take a win tonight. But it's not going to be easy. Shogo, is it Imanaga? Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah, Imanaga's on the mound for the Cubs, and the Reds typically do not hit lefties very well, but having Andujar helps with that. All right, for me, I'll go with Kurt Cignetti because. Here's the thing. Here's going to be the narrative. That's unfair because just Google him. I mean, he's won it everywhere he's been. But what's going to be the narrative if they lose to Illinois and when they're 6.5-point favorites at home? Well, he can beat Old Dominion, and he can beat Rutgers, but he can't win the big one. He can't win the big one, and that would be unfair to me. You come into Indiana and you turn them into a playoff team in year 1, and then in year 2, you're right back in as a top 20 team, and if you might be back in the playoffs. And I think Kurt Cignetti is just a fantastic coach. But I know what the narrative is going to be if they lose. So I think Kurt Cignetti, the pressure is on him as well.
Which is weird because he did beat Michigan last year. And he obviously they put up a semi-fight against Ohio State. And he cracked Michigan State on the road and all that good stuff.
Michigan was unranked, though.
They were, but then I heard they beat somebody after that.
Yeah, Alabama, I heard about that, too. Yeah, you're right. Thanks to Michigan for waking Ohio State up, man. They probably don't win the national championship without that wake-up call. So thank you to the men in blue. Thank you. I don't know if they win the national championship without that wake-up call. Anthony?
I think they get revenge on Oregon and Indianapolis, and then they get seeded real high, and then they're still on fire either way. But I love the story. I like this story better.
Yeah, there you go.
Although I don't like them losing to Michigan, but I like this story better.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I am putting the pressure on the golfers out here at the Nationwide Children's Hospital. We are at Pub 13. We've gone about 45 minutes now without having a birdie. And the deal is you get a birdie, the bell rings, and you go to the bar and you get a $1 beer.
That's
now,
right.
Here's the deal, guys.
Or some birdie juice.
Or a
$4 blueberry vodka, roll you down to the juicing room drink.
That's right. This tent is getting pretty full in here. We got probably 250 people packed into this tent.
Of course, they're very nice tents. It includes wildlife fun as well.
And the great thing is, if a birdie happens, obviously you get the $1 beer. We haven't had it in a while. Now, my question to you guys, if this birdie happens, you're going to have 200 people running up to the beer or running up to the bar to get the beer for $1.
I think you spelled run wrong. It's stampede, I think is the word.
Or would you guys rather just pay the $4 for the beer and avoid 200 people in line at the bar?
Well, you get the $4 beer.
$4
so you have
beer.
that one, and then you get ready, you get near. That way you can then go get the $1 beer as well.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of both.
Do both.
Do a bit of this.
Get the $4
or that.
beer. Then when you get a birdie, get the $1 beer.
There you go.
You can go with this or you can go with that.
The natives are getting a little restless up there. I think somebody missed a birdie putt. Well, they did pay their way in, so they're allowed to do that. No, it's free. It's free admission. But yeah, we noticed the natives are getting a little restless here after going about 45 minutes with no birdies.
Well, they're thirsty.
We need a birdie. Yeah, somebody missed a birdie putt over here on 13, and
why does he need?
They were not happy about that.
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
He's thirsty.
Let me ask you this. I feel like the fun of it, it's not the money. It's the deal and the fun. It is legal to boo them if they have an easy birdie putt and miss, correct?
Of course.
Yeah.
We just heard it.
The moans and groans.
You won't get arrested for that. That's correct.
No. I think you got to get yourself going, so you got to buy one of them first.
But then you're waiting until the birdie to buy the next
First of all,
four.
you want to pace yourself a little bit. Like, you want the deal, man. You want the shot clock. You want the big payoff.
You're right.
There are going to be some birdies. Not like we're going to go birdieless. We already had, how many? One? We've had one since we've been here?
One.
That's it?
One
in
birdie.
an hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah.
These guys are smart. They're pretending to watch the TV, but they know they're just right by the bar. So when it happens, they just
That's
bam.
very smart.
Yeah.
I'm glad you put pressure on him either way.
The pressure is on.
I'm going to put it on Carson Wentz. I don't know if he feels pressure, but I think there has to be some. You know, he's the first guy in NFL history to start for 6 different teams across 6 different seasons. Is that right?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's an interesting fact
It's
right
a nice
there.
little factoid.
Yeah.
So he's replacing J.J. McCarthy. He's at 96 career NFL starts now. This is like a month after he signed with the Vikes as a backup option because we decided to move on from Sam Howell. Max Brosmer, the kid from Minnesota, looked very good in the preseason. If Wentz trips up a little bit, I think you got to give him the hook and go with Brosmer. Now, the great story about Wentz is this. Grew up as a North Dakota State star, but he did grow up a Vikings fan. He went to games at the Metrodome. He lived in Bismarck, and all of his family was already planning to come to this game before they even knew he was playing.
Oh, wow.
So the added pressure, and this is why I put him in there, this is his quote. Everybody's pretty excited. You never wish for injuries, but just the way this has happened to get a chance for the team I grew up cheering for, close to home, all those things. He goes, now there's even more coming. Everybody's coming. He's 32. He's a 10-year vet, and he's now back in, starting for the team he grew up as a kid, dreaming of playing for. So it's got to have some pressure.
I will see your Carson Wentz and raise you Jake Browning in the exact same game. The pressure is on because people think of Jake Browning like, well, he was 4-3 as a starter in 2023. Yeah, that's when the Bengals were out of the race, right? Right now, and they didn't play that many good teams. And him going 4-3 down the stretch that year was impressive, don't get me wrong. But if he goes to Minnesota and lays an egg against a very good defense, people are going to be like, see, Jake Browning's no good. And unlike 2023 where he took over the final 7 games and the Bengals were out of it, right now the Bengals are 2-0. And if you go 3-0, you have what, like a 95% chance roughly of making the playoffs? I don't know if this Bengals team would have that same odds, but I think, or those same odds, but yeah, I think Jake Brown, I think there's some pressure on him, especially going up against this Brian Flores defense on the road. This is going to be tough sledding, whereas, at least for Carson Wentz, he's going against a pretty shaky defense.
Shaky the Moyle. I would say that Shipley has a little bit of pressure when he comes through Pub 13. That's all. Not for the tournament. But if we, because Kip McBride, the tournament director, was just on with us, said that they've got a Ship Shack right here, a Shipley Shack, and all these people are going to be wearing the wigs.
Oh, yeah.
And
Scotty's got his.
The one thing we can't have, you can't make bogey here.
No.
Like, just get your par, garden variety par 3. What you want to do is hit a little bleeder over that center of the middle bunker, get your 2-putt, and get onto the very gettable par 4 14.
I've seen you play this hole 3 or 4 times, Anthony. I've actually seen you birdie this hole.
So you're saying if Anthony can do it, then Shipley should have no problem getting all of these people some cheap drinks.
And Anthony had to play this from the tips.
For the love of the game.
Like they moved us back.
Yeah.
They said you got to play this from the tips.
Here's another problem.
You put it close and you made it.
Here's another. I'm not sure if that was the year, but I do have to come clean. We played the wrong tees when we came through here one year. I didn't know we were supposed to go all the way to the back. And I won the closest to the pin.
Yep.
And I found out that I played the wrong tee, and they were like, take it anyway. And I'm like, no.
I wish
that
you
would
had
not
taken
be good.
it.
No.
I wish
no,
you had
no,
taken
no,
it,
no,
and
no.
here's why. Because what did they do? They ended up giving it to Adam King.
Oh, yeah, you should have taken it.
He was the best. Yeah,
you should have taken it.
Yes, he's like, well, I hit it close.
If you knew that ahead of time.
No. It was not.
Yes.
It was Dave Holmes who they gave it to.
Dave
was it?
Holmes. You're getting your Columbus TV guys mixed up.
I think it was Dave. I think it was
Dom Taberry.
Yeah. I just wouldn't have felt right. I mean, we couldn't go back and redo it for everybody because nobody knew how close they were because they played the right tees. So the only thing I could say is I'm out of the contest.
We're getting to the point now here at Pub 13 where the golfers are throwing things at people. They're throwing head covers. Now that's in fact
not at the golfers.
No,
they're giving souvenirs. They're giving souvenirs to the fans.
And I'll be honest, I kind of want to leave my post right here and see if I can catch something.
Let me ask you this. Billy Tom Sargent, who I mentioned just a little bit ago, is en fuego. He's 7 under on the day.
Oh, wow.
And now he's leading by 2.
Course record.
What are the odds that I can get a Billy Tom Sargent to jump on this program at some point today?
Minus 500.
I think
minus 5.
I think you can get it done.
All right, I'm going to get that done. We come back with college football picks against the spread in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Ford versus Ferrari. It's the ultimate showdown, and it's coming to Valley Ford of Columbus. Experience the thrill of Ford GTs and Ferraris for your up-close viewing at the Ultimate Car Show tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. Everyone's invited to marvel at these iconic machines and enjoy live music and food trucks. Show off your special car, too. All makes and models are welcome. Register at the show or online, valleyfordofcolumbus.com. It's the official dealership of Carnell Tate. Be there! Hey, Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Now is the best time of year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or maybe just the cheap builder's grade ones your house came with, September is the perfect month to protect your home against another cold, snowy winter. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. You heard that right. Window Nation gives you the option to pay nothing until 2027. Are you a Buckeye fan? Well, when you replace all the windows in your home, Window Nation will also give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game. With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, and it's all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment, and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Columbus, this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get your free quote.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with 0 experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
College football picks with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Krieger Ford. Find your next Ford at Krieger Ford. Visit KriegerFord.com today.
All right, TLC, you've got the games. You lay them out. Give us the number, and we'll pick them.
Sounds like a plan to me. Let's start out right here in Big Ten country. Iowa is -2 at Rutgers.
So Iowa's defense, you can always probably hang your hat on that. I don't think they weren't awful against Iowa State. I think they'll be able to run on Rutgers. I do. And the weird part is Rutgers is actually trying to throw the ball. Emphasis on try. It feels like a low-scoring game, and when it's a low-scoring game, you'd like to have points, but there's not enough here to worry about. You said Iowa's laying how many?
2.
I'm going to take the Hawkeyes in a close one. I'll lay the 2.
I feel like this is a 50-50 game, so whoever I'll take Rutgers at home. And here's the thing: I think the best bet here is going the under of 23.5 points in the first half combined. Total points in the first half under 23.5. I'll be surprised if there's many points being scored between these two teams tonight.
I love that Anthony, with breaking down this Iowa game, says, I expect a low-scoring game. I think we could probably just put that on repeat with Iowa.
That's true.
I will take Rutgers. I think they're a little bit better offensively. Give me Rutgers.
We got 3 ranked versus ranked matchups this week, and one of them is Texas Tech at Utah. Utah -3.5, 16 versus 17.
I like Texas Tech a lot in this one. I might do the money line, but with the hook though, I'm just going to take the points. I think Texas Tech has a really good chance of winning this game. Utah looked good early, but maybe their level of competition wasn't what we thought. They looked a little shaky last week, so give me Texas Tech, the best team money can buy, or maybe they spent too much money, but give me Texas Tech on the road.
You know, it's interesting. I think like the other way, that the Red Raiders finally play a team worth something. They've won 3 games by a lot of points, combined 0 wins against FBS, so I'm here. I think the Utes defense is very good. They've given up, 25 points in 3 games. The spread worries me a little bit, but I'm actually going to take Utah and lay the 3.5.
I'm with Anthony. I love Utah this year. I think they're going to win the Big 12. Give me Utah.
We're at a weird point in college football where we have a lot of revenge games. Jackson Arnold and Auburn are going back to Norman. Oklahoma's -6.5.
So Arnold's now the starter, going back. Revenge game. He was a big-time recruit for people that don't know. He was benched after being semi-brutal. But now he's got 8 touchdowns and no turnovers. And he can run too. But Mateer is the man right now, and he can have a game here against Auburn. I think he's going to run more this week.
carried it 19 times against Michigan. You say it's 6.5, Oklahoma?
That's right.
All right, I'm going to lay the 6.5. I think they win by 7.
Jeez, this is a tough one. I do think I'll take. Give me Auburn. Too many points. And I said coming into the year, I thought Oklahoma was the most underrated team, but they're not underrated anymore. I do think Oklahoma's going to win, but too many points. Give me Auburn plus 6.5.
So the most bet side of any college football team this weekend is Oklahoma. They are the public play.
Oh, good.
Right.
Go against the public.
Dave just cashed his bet.
Yeah, and honestly, the public has been awful in these college football spreads, so I'm going to go with Auburn.
Michigan had no problem without their head coach last week, but Nebraska is not Central Michigan. Michigan only -1.5 on the road in Lincoln.
I've got Nebraska in this one. I'll take Nebraska, even if it was money line. Give me Nebraska. I think home field advantage would be the difference. I'd pick Michigan if it was in Ann Arbor. I think Nebraska's going to get it done. This would be a huge win if Nebraska, for that program, if they can pull it off. If they don't, this is going to be everybody's going to be like same old Nebraska.
This is Sharon back on suspension, right?
No, it's McFly still has another one, right? Biff Poggi. Because remember,
yeah, that's what I mean. Sharon's still out.
Oh, I thought you meant he's back. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
But it was off and then it was on, right?
It's the weirdest thing, isn't it?
So
it's weeks 3 and 4.
That's right. You're able to pick when your suspension happens.
Yeah. Listen, Bryce Underwood can run. He had a couple touchdowns against Central Michigan, but now he's back on the road. Huskers need a big win. Spread's small enough. I think they're going to be jacked up for this. I don't love it, but I'm going to take Nebraska.
Yeah, I am too. And what you guys said about going on the road, we saw what they did at Oklahoma, and that game actually could have been a lot worse than what it was. I'm going to take the home team in Nebraska.
Yep.
I wish this game were played every year. Florida at Miami. Miami -8.5, and they look good so far.
Jeez.
So it's up to 8.5. Carson Beck's currently the favorite to win the Heisman. Is that correct, Scotty?
That's right, yeah.
And Billy Napier is probably the favorite to be the next coach fired, I would imagine. His quarterback threw 5 picks against LSU, TLC. All right.
Yeah.
I like the Hurricanes. I think they're physical. They're scoring a lot of points. I think Florida can play some defense. They kind of stuffed out LSU a little bit, so much so that Brian Kelly blew a gasket. And for the kids out there, TLC crashed out semi when he was asked basically a simple question about going 4 or 14 on third downs. It's a simple question, but he just didn't like it as the lead question. I do think Carson Beck will get some time to make some plays in this. And Miami, good teams win, great teams cover. Let's see it now. I'm going to take Miami and lay the fairly decent number of 8.5.
Too many points. Give me Florida. I say that kind of shaking my head because I just see them kind of having somewhat of a rebound. I think Miami's going to win. That's just too many points. Give me Florida plus 8.5.
It is a lot of points. I just feel like
until it isn't.
Florida's had a couple. Florida's had a couple emotional, tough losses in a row. Lose to South Florida, then you lose to LSU. Whereas Miami had a bye, and then they had a easy game against South Florida. I think Miami wins big, so I'm gonna lay the points.
We've been talking about it. Time to lock in the pick. Indiana. It's up to -6.5 at home against Illinois.
Geez, that's just too many points for my liking. And I get it. Illinois is a little banged up. Indiana's at home, so I get it to an extent. But, man, that opened at 2.5 and shot up to 3.5, 4.5. Now it's all the way up to 6.5. Too many points. Give me the Fighting Illini. Sorry, Anthony.
No. This is I'm probably leaning your way as well. This is the Hoosier offense against the Illinois defense in my mind on paper. I said it earlier. Indiana's been a stat monster. Nothing completely real for me yet. I want to see it. This is a big test. Good quarterback in Mendoza. Illinois has a vet as well. The Dave was talking about in Altmaier. The offense is yet to turn the ball over. I think their defense has been pretty good. Overall, I think the Illini are doing a pretty good job of generating some pressure. I think Illinois' defense is enough to certainly cover this number. I might even check out the money line on this as a very, very good value mental hedge, like one of the very good ones. Scotty could probably give me an ML number on Illinois.
It's right around 2-1.
Okay.
One side I saw had it at plus 210, and one had it at plus 180. So you're right around 2-1 odds.
Yeah, I'd be happy to lose this bet, but I'm going to take Illinois plus 6.5.
Yeah, I liked Indiana when it came out at 2.5.
Yeah,
but 6.5.
I liked Illinois at 4.5.
Vegas, that crosses over two key numbers too.
Exactly. However, The rule for me is if a line looks fishy with a move like this, you stay away from actually betting it.
It smells fishy.
It is worse. Yes, exactly. Right. But I am staying away from the actual bet. If I had to make a pick, I'm taking the plus 6.5.
Okay.
I will wake up on Sunday morning and find out how this one went down. USC minus 18.5 at home.
Wow, so it crossed another key number.
We're staying up, Cole. We're staying up.
Yeah, that's an awful. Well, that's a lot of points.
Got to turn around for some NFL at 1 o'clock on Sunday too. Vegas. Got to sleep at some.
Turn around for some on the money at 9 a.m. too.
There you go. And the call-in show before that.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about that one.
8 to 9 a.m. call-in show on the money. 9 to 11 a.m.
All right, so they're giving 18.5 points to a team that's 3-0. That's weird. That might smell a little fishy. But to your point about Illinois, the Spartans, I hear, are potentially missing a few banged-up linemen themselves. They lost their top running back in Frazier, the star receiver in Marsh. I'm not really sure. That's why this line is cruising. They're all questionable at best. I can't tell you whether they're going to play, but they got the Q tag for sure. Childs, attorney Jackie Childs can't do this all by himself. That'd be egregious, preposterous, outrageous if he did.
You get the ball.
The bigger problem for the Spartans is the pass defense has been weird. They got ripped up by Boston College. Now they got to deal with that kid from USC. Was it Jaden? Is it Mayava? What's his? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, 18.5. I just don't even want to lay that amount of lumber. I'm just worried about Sparty with these guys. Maybe I get a backdoor cover. I'm going to take Michigan State in the 18.5 and just hope they can hang in there.
Same here. Yeah, and the injuries do give me some trepidation there, but at least they're not ruled out, and that's just too many points. Like Childs, yeah, he's hot and cold, but he's just now his second year as a starter. He's very talented, and I think Jonathan Smith is actually a solid head coach. Like I thought Michigan State was going to be a disaster last year. Not that they were good, but I thought they went over their over-under for wins by, I think, 2 wins. So I think Jonathan Smith is a good head coach for them, and I think they're going to keep this relatively close. Yeah, I mean, even if USC wins this game by 17, Michigan State covers. So give me Michigan State plus 18.5 on the road.
Yeah, guys. To me, it just feels like too many points. I know USC can put up a lot of points, but I would be surprised if it covers 18.
All right, those are your college football picks against the number for this week. When we come back, Buckeye Bulletin time, we will update you on the former Buckeye who is playing in this tournament, Neil Shipley, and we will have Tim May on as well to talk about improvement week for the Buckeyes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Timmy, it's football season. That means winning and fun.
Oh, yeah. We have tailgate buffets for all of our watch parties. The 3 apps for $12 special. $25 Miller Lite buckets.
And don't forget the crab legs. That's extended through September.
So reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com.
And how about this for new members? Sign up for the rewards program on the Penn Play app. Get a $20 dining credit.
Then you get more crab legs.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Crab leg problem? Call 1-800-CRAB-LEGS.
Back to work, school, it's all happening. It's real life. Routine shouldn't be a bad word. How about winning rhythm? Losing weight every week with Awaken 180 and looking forward each day in every weigh-in. Fast results online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code CommonMan and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Come join the Ford versus Ferrari Ultimate Car Show at Valley. Everyone's invited to see Ford GTs and Ferraris, plus tons of other local show cars up close tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. Drive-in car registration is open to all at Valley Ford of Columbus.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
We're always here 24/7. What can I do for you?
I know it's late, but I wanted to ask you about the best place to set up my router.
It's never too late. We'll have you up and running in no time.
Only Spectrum has 24/7, 100% U.S.-based customer support. It's only everything. Spectrum fiber-powered internet. It's the fastest and most reliable internet. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they battle the Packers from the land.
Live fan coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick It One.
Your Central Ohio home of the Browns, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time, and we are out here at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship at the Scarlet Course, and the former Buckeye Neil Shipley will be coming through Pub 13 very shortly. He started on the back, so he parred 10, which means he's even still through the tournament. But that puts him 11 back of the lead, and he's right on the cut line. So hopefully he'll have a good day today, and he'll be around for the weekend. All right, we get to our man Tim May, our tailgate partner. We have a improvement week, fellas. Self-improvement week, Tim May. What are you trying to improve on yourself this week?
I'm trying to improve on my outlook about my golf game, which took a downward turn after playing, when was it, Monday with Moose, Paul Spahn, Dylan Davis, and I forgot, and Dave Holmes. So it took a downward spurn. Maybe it was who I was playing with. Maybe that was the deal. But I thought the Q35 driver, which was gifted to me by the head of FanStreamSports.com, was going to make all the change I need for consistent 75 or better golf scores. It did not. And it was my fault. It was my fault because, obviously, when it comes to my golf swing, as the late, great Hayden Fry would put it, I have a hitch in my get-along.
All right, so you're a little long and wrong, or were you – what was going on with that thing? The two-way miss? What were we working with?
No, actually it was hitting I was hitting fair. It's not the driver's fault. I was hitting fairways or places I could go, and still make the green. The problem is it's always greens in regulation, which set the big boys apart.
You know what I do?
I played.
Yeah.
I got to play one time with a pro from it was a nationwide tour then, but it was some kind of thing at Double Eagle. And we were playing with this guy, and we had a 4 caddy. And while we're struggling just to, us 3 amateurs were trying to hit the ball, this guy was asking the 4 caddy, where out there on the fairway do I want this drive to land? You understand what I'm saying? And this guy was a fringe player on the nationwide tour, which tells you anybody who's out there watching these guys this weekend, these guys are really damn good, man.
Well, listen, I just want you to know that TaylorMade just called, and they were happy that you put out the disclaimer that it wasn't the driver's fault.
Oh, it was not the driver's fault.
There were a lot of
golf. It would be the cure-all.
Yeah, I want to meet the first golfer out here that'll tell me it was the club's fault. That'll be awesome when I get that.
They do change clubs and putters. Some of these guys quite often. I don't know what that means. It sounds like they're blaming their club. So
that's right. And what I've always said on the show, putters are like field goal kickers, and when they break, you get a new one. Let me ask you about, where do you think the Buckeyes need to improve most this week going into their game at Washington next week?
Of course, the easy answer is to say red zone offense based on their previous outing. So you would say that. But, there were a couple of those red zone moments, forays, where I thought Julian Sayin showed a little bit of being a first-year starter because he was very hesitant a couple of times on plays that could have netted touchdowns. He was hesitant to pull the trigger. And that just comes with playing a little bit more. Now, notice I said hesitant pulling the trigger, which means they were throwing the ball. But, the other thing is line up and blow somebody off the football like they did Texas for that first touchdown with C.J. Donaldson and four tight ends on the field, one of them at fullback. I mean, I was curious about I was curious about their play selections for the Ohio U game in the red zone, especially inside the 10-yard line. And, when you're inside the 10, as Ryan Day pointed out the other day, when it's first and goal at like the 9-yard line, that's a whole different animal than first and goal at the 3, And so you got to throw a pass eventually, right, in some form or fashion. But, yeah, they've got to get that ironed out. And they're going to a hostile place in Washington. I don't really know how good Washington is yet. Obviously, I don't think they're ranked. Or if they are, it's like people are curious about them. They've only played 2 games. They play the Apple Cup this week. By the way, I really enjoy my pierogies with the Apple Cup, where you can dip the pierogi in the applesauce. You know what I mean, and enjoy a delicious treat. But I digress. Bottom line is they do have to be hitting a little bit more on all cylinders when you play at a hostile place like Husky Stadium.
Tim, where are you at with the Bo Jackson discussion? I get a lot of questions. Is it time for Bo Jackson to be RB1? And I say, I think it's going to happen at some point sooner rather than later. Where are you at?
I was at that midway through the game last week, only because you just want to see him get more carries. Who should be number 1, that's up to conjecture. They've got to have C.J. Donaldson and Jace Peoples. They've got to come along for him. I think y'all agree with that. But even Ryan Day sort of got that rare smile on his face when he started talking about Bo Jackson the other day. As he said, paraphrasing, you don't have to be a football expert to know that Bo Jackson probably needs a few more carries, because you give him a little crease and he can go places. And so I'm when the head coach says something like that, I don't think we have to speculate. You got to figure he's much more in the plan than he was 3 weeks ago.
And what do you make at right guard? I thought Coach Day's comments were interesting. He was asked about Tegra and maybe if Ethan Onianwa might supplant him as the right guard, and he didn't shy away from him. He said Tegra played better against OU, but he has to play better.
Yeah. I mean, the experiment going on there is very interesting, because you and I both, and even Anthony probably, we had Ethan Onianwa almost inked in at left tackle going into preseason camp. But they've got to find a place for him, because he's such a huge human being. And I thought he played pretty well this past week too. But Tegra did too. But they run this. Ohio State forever has run this one pass pro scheme where you pull the right guard out to the left side to pick up a guy. I've never liked it, although they ran it to perfection against Alabama when they beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl way back in the 2014 playoffs. But it looks like Tegra has a little bit of a problem getting over there, or at least making the block. This is just an example. But I think both of them have had good moments, and I think it's a good problem to have because both of those guys are huge, huge human beings.
All right, before we cut you loose in our final 30 to 45 seconds here, if I let you only watch one college football game this weekend, which one would you choose?
Would I get to record a bunch of others?
I guess so. Live,
okay,
you're right.
I like almost everybody in the Midwest, I'm very curious about Illinois and Indiana. Indiana's favored. They're at home. Illinois under Brett Bielema seems to be clicking. But I'm very curious because I really think Indiana's still going to be pretty damn good. But they have played nobody, unless you count a team they played that's named after a tree, the Sycamores. So I'm very curious how good Indiana is.
Yeah, or if they played Bishop Sycamore. I'm not sure which one, but either way, it was 73-0. I know.
I thought Indiana State was
Larry Bird University.
There you go, man.
Yeah. All right, my man. Let's get that driver back in the fairway. Don't quit him just yet, and have a great weekend, my friend.
It's my 7-iron that's letting me down for some reason. See you, boys.
See you, Tim.
You got to talk to your golf clubs, man. Talk to them. Treat them right. We'll come back. Top of the hour Sports Center update, and we'll do a deep dive into the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. We'll update the leaderboard and see if we can't wrangle in somebody up near the top. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Get the MVP, more value price from Coughlin Ford. Lease a new 25 Ford Mustang, Escape, or Bronco Sport, $399 a month with $0 down. New 25 Bronco, Explorer, F-150, or Lightning, only $499 a month with $0 down. Visit our newest location in Marysville or CoughlinFord.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
48 month lease, all factory rebates to dealer. 7,500 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. Excludes $387 dock fee, $395 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
That nagging pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes it's an old injury that never healed right. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for too long. But that stops right now. I'm Tyvis Powell, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Walkoff and his team use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatment that help your body heal and restore the damage in your joints. Not covering it up, not cutting it out. Actually helping heal and restore. And the results, long-term lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around pain, you're planning it around life. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no long recovery, just a smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. Check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your MRIs, your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Get Eco.
ECO.
We come through for you when you need us to.
Our scuba diving plumbers can do anything.
Increase your water pressure.
Give you unlimited hot water.
Fix your drips and leaks.
Soften your water so it doesn't leave spots.
Install a whole house filter.
Replace your shower heads and faucets so your house looks brand new.
And provide you with winning lottery numbers.
Get Eco.
ECO.
They cannot provide you with winning lottery numbers.
I can.
Tell us.
3, 21, 24, 34, 46. That's $103 million.
Those numbers will be this week's winners?
No, those were the winning numbers a month ago.
Get Eco.
ECO.
But EcoFi Advantage is a guaranteed winner.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and incredibly handsome HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Big Ten football this weekend. Tonight, Iowa visits Rutgers. Then on Saturday, Maryland at Wisconsin. Number 6, Oregon versus Oregon State. Number 21, Michigan at Nebraska. Purdue at number 23, Notre Dame. Number 9, Illinois at number 19, Indiana. Washington at Washington State. Then Michigan State at number 25, USC. Baseball this evening, Reds host the Cubs at 6:40. Shota Imanaga and Nick Lodolo, the pitching matchup. Cincinnati 2 games out of the third NL wildcard spot. Guardians at the Twins at 8:10. Parker Messick and Pablo Lopez, the pitching probables. Cleveland 2 games behind Boston for the third AL wildcard spot. Corn Ferry Tour from OSU Scarlet Course. Billy Tom Sargent leads the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship at 11 under through 2 rounds. This update brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. View their full selection of vehicles online at germaintoyota.net.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
All right, it's on. Rothman and Ice back at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship here at the Scarlet Course. And what a beautiful day for golf. Pub 13 is hopping, and the fans are hearing, you know what, Pub 13 is so great you can't keep the golfers away as well. We got Billy Tom Sargent, who we just mentioned in the update, who is now leading the tournament, shot a 64, and he joins us now. Billy Tom, good to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well done, my man. 64, and I see an eagle at 12. Tell us about your round today. What'd you like?
Yeah, I played solid. Started the round off with a birdie, and then the next hole had a 3-putt, and then kind of bounced back on the next. Had a perfect 4-iron in on 12, hit it to maybe 10 feet, then made the eagle, and then just kind of settled my nerves a little bit and just played solid all around today.
No doubt about it, man. That is a great round. And usually, you know, Scarlet is not a place where we think would, quote, be easy at all. But you had a great round today. We had a 62 yesterday by John Vanderlaan. How would you rank this? You don't play here that much. You told me you played here, you know, in juniors, and you played here in a sectional event. But Give me a little take on how this course is playing in as far as your expectations go. What did you expect coming in, and how is it playing now?
Yeah, for sure. First couple practice rounds, greens were really firm. That's the first thing I noticed. It's a course where if you can hit the green, give yourself a putt. When you miss the green out here, it's very difficult to get up and down with how firm the greens are. So the game plan this week is just find the fairway and then hit the green even if you can't take on a pin. And sometimes you have 30, 40 feet and take a 2-putt and go to the next.
I see. Are you a scrambler? Are you a guy that likes to get up and down? I mean, you're a guy that if you do miss those greens you're talking about, you're pretty good at getting up and down?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Out of the sand or anywhere?
Yeah, I've actually had a couple pretty good bunker shots the last couple of days. But, yeah, bunker game has been pretty good, so it's nice.
What's the mindset when you're leading a tournament halfway in? I know you're not leading, the round's not over yet today, but you currently have the lead. How does that, is that a great feeling, confident feeling, nervous feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It just means that I played well out there. It's my first lead I've had through 36 holes. I know there's a lot more golf to play, but, I mean, it feels good. My game feels good. Just going to try to keep it going the next couple days.
11 under, currently a 3-shot lead. Shot a 64 today. Billy Tom Sargent with us here on Rothman and Ice. We got a former Buckeye coming through very shortly, and Neil Shipley. Everyone's wearing the wigs here today, the Ship Shack, but coming through 13, do you feel the energy on this par 3?
Yeah, for sure. I started on the back this morning, so it's still kind of early, but there were several people here, and, it's awesome to have a crowd at a hole like this, a par 3. You hit a good shot, you get an applause. A hole like this is perfect for golf, and it's a lot of fun for us guys to play.
You know what they do here on Pub 13 when you make a birdie? So if anyone makes a birdie here, there's a shot clock over there, and for 13 minutes, beers go to $1. So if you come through this weekend and there's a couple more moans and groans more than normal, you'll realize why. It's because they want that special on that drink.
I got you. I'll try to make a birdie for them.
You're a Western Kentucky guy, you're fairly close to home. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, grew up in Georgetown, Kentucky, just an hour south of Cincinnati, and then went to school in Western Kentucky, and now live just outside Nashville. So, Kentucky and Ohio area I've played a lot of golf in and feels comfortable.
All right, Bengals, Reds, both?
Oh, yeah. Big fan of both. I've always have been. Hopefully maybe the Reds can squeak out a playoff spot. I think we got 9 games left. Probably need to win 6 or 7 of the last 9. And then, Bengals, hopefully they can, battle through while Burrow's out.
Oh, that's the debate. We've had it on our show today, and we've had it in the couple days previous. Where are you on whether they should go all in and go after try to trade for a Kirk Cousins, a Russell Wilson, a Jameis Winston, somebody that might be, and I emphasize might, be a level up from Jake Browning?
Yeah, I think they go with Browning. He's started a lot of games for the Bengals when Burrow's been out the last few years. He knows the system really well. He kind of meshes good with the players. And after seeing him in the second half against the Jags, I think he's the guy to go with.
To stay afloat, right? If you go 8-7 or whatever that is. Listen, Burrow is such a difference maker. I thought this one was more unlucky than putting him in the category of being injury prone. He's had some tough moments for sure. Where are you on the whether they should have drafted Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase conversation? Just because when you see this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I love Jamar Chase. He's the best wide receiver in the league, and him and Burrow played college together. So, I don't hate that pick. I just think, maybe here in the future they can draft a couple offensive linemen and build that lineup. But, it's a tough job being a GM and drafting those picks. And, I think they got it right with Jamar, but they do need to rebuild the line a little bit.
Billy Tom Sargent with us here, leading the tournament, 11 under, 64 today, 67 yesterday, hitting the ball great, feeling good out here at Scarlet. All right, tell our listeners, what is life like on this tour? Just take us through kind of a typical kind of deal. You're traveling around. You're married?
I am. I've been married for 2 years.
Does your wife travel with you?
No. She comes to some events. She's a nurse, so she's working every week. But she'll take off Friday and get in, sometimes on Thursday or Friday and watch for the week.
She with you here this week?
She's not. I think she is driving up here in a couple hours, so it'd be good to see her.
Either way, or she heard you were in the lead and let's get in the car and go?
Either way, she was coming.
Okay.
So.
That's good.
Yep.
Your wife's not a front runner. That's good. She was here, win or lose, but you're
right.
playing well. But life on the tour is pretty cool.
It's good, yeah. It's nice having some buddies out here you can travel with and get Airbnbs with, and play practice rounds. It's just nice to have someone out here that's doing it with you instead of doing it by yourself. So yeah, I love it. I love the travel. I love playing golf and playing all the different courses and competing and doing what I love. So it's great.
All right, give me some goals. Is it still the tour? Is that the ultimate?
Yeah, for sure. Getting to the PGA Tour is the ultimate goal. Even if it's not this year or whenever, but that's the ultimate goal in the next coming years is get to the PGA Tour.
The level of competition out here. What have you learned over you've been a pro for what, 5 years?
5 years.
Okay, so give me the evolution of maybe the things that you didn't know when you first got on this tour to now, and how much better you feel, more comfort you feel.
Yeah, for sure. The competition out here is unreal. This is my 4th year with conditional status on Korn Ferry, and the competition gets better every year. You just have to grind. You're never good enough. You always can get better at something, and you just got to keep fighting.
All right, how far do you hit it? On average?
I'd say average carries around 300, 305.
Well, that puts you up there with anybody.
Yeah, I think I'm top 50-ish on the Korn Ferry Tour in driving distance.
All right, so everyone's always, for the beginning of time, is obviously equated, you got to be big, strong, whatever. So you're what, 5'9"?
5'10" with shoes on.
And what do you weigh?
About 160.
And you're hitting the ball 300 yards. That's unbelievable. When did you start playing?
Started playing competitively around 10 years old, 10, 11, but picked up a club for the first time when I was about 4. My dad was the high school coach at my local high school, so I kind of grew up, with the game. I'd always go to practice with my dad and watch the guys, and, pretty young age, I knew this is what I wanted to try to do.
How much do you work on the mental part of the game, and what is that even like?
Yeah, a lot. All the time. It's hard to, practice it on the course, like when you're playing a practice round, just because it's not the same thing as when you're playing in a tournament round. So, me and my caddy are working all the time. If we hit a bad shot, we just look past it, go to the next one. You're going to hit bad shots. You're going to be in bad spots. You just got to one shot at a time and hit that shot as best you can. And it's a lot easier said than done, and I'm not perfect at it, but we've been trying to get better at it every year.
How long have you had this caddy?
He's been with me for about 2.5 years now, kind of on most of this year and then all of last year. He's done a couple Q schools for me, so we've 2.5, 3 years. Do you guys do most of the guys have a similar relationship financially with their caddy, or is that a very individual thing? It's kind of both. There's kind of like a guideline that everybody goes with and sticks to, but some guys might do it a little bit differently. It just depends on what they agree on with their caddy. When you have your agreement with your caddy, what do you want him, when you say to him, like when you're having bad times on the course or good times, like what do you guys discuss before a tournament on how you want to approach it? Yeah, when we're playing practice rounds, we're kind of just mapping out the course. We're seeing, what club we like off the tees and certain winds. We're mapping off what sections of the greens we like to hit to certain pins and things like that. We've got a yardage book, and we'll kind of dig deep into the numbers and just figure out the best possible way to play the course. Do you ask for reads a lot or confirmation of your reads, or do you only want his opinion when you solicit it? Yeah, sometimes. So, hitting shots, we talk through everything, the wind, the club, our target, everything like that. But on the greens, I mostly do the work, and then if I'm kind of struggling with the read, then I'll bring him in to take a look at it. Does he know when... Does he have a feel? Does he know when to pick you up a little bit? Oh, yeah. He does? Oh, yeah, he knows. Uh-huh. What's the signal? Is there any? He just gets it? He knows. Like today on the second hole, it was a pretty bad 3-putt. And then, he kind of stepped in. He was like, all right, come on, we got a par 5. Let's go get the next one. And just kind of pick me up and then get us back. He can reset you pretty easily. Oh, yeah. That's great. Billy Tom Sargent with us. What a round today. 64. 7 under. He's 11 under for the tournament. He leads this thing by 3. Joining us here at Pub 13. Man, you're going to be easy to root for. Thank you.
You really will be. I'm pulling for you. There have been so many guys that have come through here that have won this tournament, that have become stars, guys that have just forever etched in the lore of this tournament that's been going on for a long time for a great cause. So thanks for a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
it.
Billy Tom Sargent, and good luck to your Bengals, man.
Thank you.
Hope they hang in there, and maybe the Reds will make the postseason for them. Maybe it'll be a big weekend for Billy Tom Sargent here. We'll come back. We'll talk about those Bengals and those Brownies. Could they pull the unthinkable? That's next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the fan.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Football, 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 hockey, Could it be? Yes, it's Jackets time. Your Blue Jackets battle St. Louis in preseason action. Coverage starts Sunday at 4:45.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Plumbing and Drain Cleaning Services.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We end the work week hot and with plenty of sun. Skies will be hazy as we do have an air quality alert in place. Daytime highs topping up in the upper 80s to low 90s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with lows in the mid to low 60s. For Saturday, we could see a stray shower or storm in the afternoon. Otherwise, mainly dry with partly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, a little Bet365 time because right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and will get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. Turn that cash into something bigger. Money line, spread, totals, player props, they have it all. $200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. Download the app, see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Scotty, you got a future for us out there?
Oh, guys. So I'm starting to buy in a little bit on Miami.
Me too.
And I think the value is there. I love them to win the ACC. So I think the value on a national championship pick is Miami.
And they have a good defense, a very good defensive line. Yeah, that's.
Now you have Beck as the Heisman favorite. That would be who I buy stock on.
Yep, 16-1.
I still like Ohio State and Texas as the two teams that I think have the most likely chance of winning it all, but Miami would be the team that I would invest in.
Texas, interesting.
Yeah.
I've soured on them. I still think their defense is very good.
I think this Oregon team at 7-1 might be worth something.
Yeah, because I thought Dante Moore was he going to be ready right away, and he was, because he was shaky as a true freshman at UCLA, but then he was able to sit behind Gabriel last year, the entire year at Oregon, and he looks good as a third-year sophomore. I think a lot of people weren't talking enough about Julian Sand and Dante Moore coming into the year. A lot of people were on like Drew Aller and Klubnik and Arch Manning. I've soured on Texas a little bit.
Would you, to protect your Miami bet, would you put anything on Florida State at 60-1?
No.
In case they win, do something.
No, I don't think Florida State. Yeah. I mean, I like their quarterback. I don't think that he's a national champion winning quarterback. No, I feel pretty good that Miami's a playoff team.
Yep.
And then you let it roll, right?
Yeah, 16-1, then hedging possibilities. Oklahoma's 22-1, but their schedule's tough.
Yeah,
there's some value there.
Oklahoma is interesting to me because you have the quarterback, and I think they did a good job also bringing his offensive coordinator with him from Washington State. Look what happened to Washington State this year. They're absolutely awful without those two. So I know it's more than just those two. Let's go back to Florida State just for a second, guys. That quarterback, it's interesting. Like, he lost out on the job at Boston College. Right, now he's the starter at Florida State. I was thinking, is this guy going to go down? He's the one that called out Alabama.
Yep.
He backed it up. There's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos.
He has backed it up, and you can check out all these odds and all of these futures on Bet365. And, of course, their NFL offers throughout the season. The Sunday Night Football $365,000 jackpot. Get in on that. And then, of course, Monday Night Football, their 50% Super Boost profits on single-game parlays. And then the early payout offer is huge on NFL and college. Team goes up by 17. You get cash even if they lose the game. If they get up 17, you have money on them. You get that green check mark right away. So see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 or older. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, where are you guys on the Brownies covering this game against the Pack?
Yeah, I like the Browns to cover this. You're getting over a touchdown at home, and you have a really good defense. And I know the Browns are 0-2. I get it, but they have almost twice as many total yards as their two opponents in both games this year, so combined. I do think the Browns will lose a close one, but I like them to cover for sure.
Quinshon Judkins could be a possible guy that you'd want to buy stock in now before he get something going in this offense, hopefully. Here's Tommy Reese on him.
Yeah, tried not to set expectations going into it, right? We felt like he did the things during the week to get him a role there going into the game. Obviously, as he gets back and going, hope to, see where that role can take him and expand on it. But for really not having a ton of work leading up to it, we were pleased with how he went out there and performed, both mentally and physically. And, as he gets back into the flow of feeling the runs and just being integrated back with the group and the offensive line, we expect him to continue to develop. And as a young player, that's what you're looking for. And, that's our expectation with him right now. So pleased to have him back, pleased the way he's working. He brings a certain intensity to the group that I think is a real positive. So happy with where he's at.
Got in the garbage time, looked good, and now he's got a chance to work into game shape and get going. He's certainly a guy they believed in, 36th overall. So they definitely believed in him, Dave, and made his debut in that blowout loss. But he's a guy that's going to be really good for them, I think.
I do too. I thought that was a really good pick. Then obviously he had the off-field issue. Seems like that got cleaned up. I don't know exactly what happened there, but if the story changed or whatever happened. But yeah, when the Browns made the pick, I'm like, well, they've got their running back for the next however many years. I know the shelf life for an NFL running back is the shortest of any professional athlete, but still, I think Quinshon's going to be very good in Cleveland going forward.
So the Brownies at home against the Packers. Listen, on paper, this looks like all packed, but there's one of these games they're going to hang in there. And the Packers are now, this seems like a very NFL trap game for the Packers. It just does. Because they've been kind of annoying. And I'm not saying they're not worthy of it, but they have been put on the pedestal now of the best team in the NFC, even over Philly to some degree. Like you hear talk about it's the Packers are the team to beat, not Philly, even though Philly is the champs. And then they're going against an 0-2 Cleveland team here, and it just feels like that this would be one where the Browns could hang in there. I don't think the Browns have lost their fight. They certainly got blasted to Baltimore, but a lot of that was mistakes too. Now, you could say the same thing for Baltimore. They let an interception go right through their hands. They went for a Cleveland touchdown, so it does work both ways, but
they should have beat the Bengals. Obviously, we all know that. Yep. If not for the field goal kicker missing an extra point and a chip shot field goal, they win that game. Or they'd be sitting there at 1-1. They have a really good defense with a good defensive coordinator. Jordan Love's been good for the first two games, but I can see what you're saying. Could be a slip-up game for Jordan Love, where maybe the Browns could win this outright, but I definitely like the Browns to cover the spread.
You know what's crazy, guys, is looking at that Browns-Ravens game, and you look at the stats from that game, is the fact that Cleveland, again, had 322 yards versus Baltimore only having 242 yards. And I just do feel like if you just get a decent game out of Flacco, then with that defense, 8 points seems like so many points to give in a home game against the Packers. So I just feel like as long as Flacco doesn't make the mistakes, and unfortunately he made a ton of those mistakes and wasn't able to throw the ball down the field at all against Baltimore.
I think Quinshon's going to be an immediate upgrade over Jerome Ford. I really do. He just doesn't break many tackles. We know Quinshon does. I think getting Sampson in the fourth round was a good job by the Browns, getting both of those back. So, yeah, I think that's going to be an upgrade over what the Bengals saw in week one because they didn't have to deal with Quinshon.
I would say that's a lot of it, him not making big mistakes, Flacco, and getting the running game going. But the other thing is this defense can get pressure on Jordan Love. He hasn't thrown a pick yet this year. He's not crazy mobile, and I think they could maybe force him into a mistake. They're very good, and their defense is awesome, the Packers. That's why I just think this is a real heavyweight battle. I think it's on paper it feels like, people are going to say the Packers will blow them out, but it's one of those that I still think there's fight. They're at home. I do think that the Packers tend to not be a quick-hitting passing team. Those take time to develop a little bit. If they can get pressure on Love, they can force some things.
One funny stat, Anthony, so far this year is we are seeing the favorites win these games outright. We're not seeing a lot of upsets. So this year, if there's been an NFL spread of 4.5 points or more, there's been 14 times that's happened. The team that was favored by 4.5 or more is 14-0. Now, that's not against a spread. Okay. That's straight up. 14 times the large favorite has won. So we have not been seeing the upsets. So that kind of makes you believe that, it's going to be a really uphill, tough way for the Browns to actually win the game. However, the spread, it's about 50-50 because in those 14 games, it's 7-7 against the spread.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave. I was going to say I would be curious if the Browns can actually run the ball. The Packers are ranked 2 against the run.
Yeah, and I looked up, when you guys were talking about Quinshon, I looked up his player prop number. I'm curious what you guys think that his player prop rushing yards would be, his over-under against the Packers.
I don't know why this is the first number that popped in my mind, but 43.5.
Okay, so
which would seem low to me, though.
All right, me just saying that the Packers are ranked number 2 against the run, and the fact that he's not in full flow yet, I would say, boy, that's a really good number, Dave. That's a really good number.
We'll see. We'll see if it is.
I'm going to say.
We'll see.
I was going to say. I'm going to go up. Well, yeah, I'll go up a hair on him, and I'll say 48.5.
Should have went down a hair. 40.5.
Okay,
is his over/under.
What do you have against Baltimore in garbage time?
No, I was going to tell Scotty, thanks to Scotty, we had a nice parlay last week. He was doing it live on the air during On the Money, and it was like NFL favorites. And then I tacked on the 49ers over the Saints, so I had a 5-leg parlay. But thanks to Scotty, we hit that parlay.
Well, and guys, I'm going to do that same strategy again this week. So you're taking those teams that are a decent favorite. You know, like you take Atlanta money line against Carolina. I think they win outright because they're a 5-point favorite. You take the Buccaneers, a 6.5-point favorite. And again, you're just taking them on the money line. You take Seattle on the money line. You're getting really good value when you stack 3 or 4 of these NFL teams that are a 5 or more point favorite. And you're going to get 3-1, 4-1.
I'll tell you, it got a little scary because I told Dave yesterday on the air, I'm like, the best. So I made that bet with Buffalo on the money line and pairing them with the USA Ryder Cup team, just to have like
that's fun.
2-1 or whatever it was. And it got scary. That game got scary last night.
Did you ever think the Bills were going to lose?
Not ever. I didn't think they were going to lose, but I thought overtime was a possibility. I really did at the end until Tua got picked. But honestly, the Bills were fortunate because Miami, what did they do? Rough the passer and the punter? Like, they had some horrible penalties. And that game, the momentum, the Bills probably should have covered last night. Just the way that game was flowing, it felt like they were going to cover. And Miami just never went away. But my point is that Miami had the ball down 7, and here I am just trying to cruise home with a money line bet. It happened. Well, I got it, but
and a lot of people teased it down to like the Bills minus 9.5. And so then that last-minute field goal was huge for a lot of people.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back in 2 minutes, and we'll examine, we talked about the team that you would bet on outside of Ohio State right now to win the title. Let's try to examine some value in the NFL when we come back. In 2 minutes, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Don't let credit hold you back. Capital Florida Columbus and Whitehall welcomes all credit types with open arms. Find your dream ride and get approved fast. Call 614-861-7150 or on the web at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Buckeye fans, introducing Behind the O, the brand new app packed with original athlete and fan-driven Ohio State sports content. It's free to download in the App Store on iOS and Android, and every time you open it, you're helping generate NIL dollars for your favorite Buckeye athletes with zero cost to you. Get exclusive access to fresh behind-the-scenes videos, training routines, athlete lifestyles, and more from every Ohio State sport. Don't wait. Download Behind the O now and get closer to your Buckeyes than ever before.
Behind the O, free for fans, NIL for athletes.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, bathtub too, the sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere, oh please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem, it's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee. It's 93 or free. Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Your credit, your car, our promise. At Capital Florida Columbus and Whitehall, we approve all credit types. Perfect, challenged, or none. Drive off today with easy financing. Visit today or online at capitalfloridaColumbus.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Big Game Preview.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you.
All right, since no Buckeye game, we'll talk about the other big games, which we have. We picked them. We'll do NFL as well. I do want to give an update on the Corn Ferry Tour here out at Scarlet and the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. Neil Shipley off to a rough start. Maybe the expectations, maybe too much. Who knows? Bogey at 11, birdie at 12, bogey at 13. So he didn't get the crowd going here for the birdie juice at 13. In fact, now I did ask. This hole's playing 193 yards. Okay, it's not like an automatic birdie. So it's downhill, so it's not playing 193, but it's a beefy par 3.
It's also a tough pin location right over the bunker.
That's right.
Right?
And so you hit that green, and Shipley was long. Tough to hold this green. You're not spinning a ball back on this green.
They were saying like 3 guys all day got close, and each of them missed their birdie putt.
And we're
on 13.
We're obviously 2.5 hours into this show. Anytime somebody makes a birdie on this hole, they ring the bell and they make beers $1. We've only had it happen once.
Had once.
One birdie in 2.5 hours.
Speak it into existence again, man. You got to
birdie. Let's go.
Today's been a tough one. This weekend, who knows? Maybe we'll get a few more because that birdie juice needs to be drained over there.
Need to move the tee box up.
They just refilled it and everything.
Change the pin location would help. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If that pin was in the back. What?
Uh-oh.
They're doing it. Okay.
No
By
birdie
the way,
needed anymore.
We just spoke it into existence. We just did. That's awesome.
That was the charity birdie, right? Because it's been so long between birdies. They're just like, we're going to do it.
There's a very big charitable component in this tournament. It does not stop at Pub 13. That was tournament director Kip McBride, who after we just said, and there was no connection, he did not know we were talking about it. We just said that it's been how long has it been? 2 hours and
30 minutes.
2 hours and 30 minutes. We've had one, and Kip said, forget it. Everybody's drinking.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Watch there be a birdie now.
But here's what's amazing.
Do you go to 26 minutes then?
So a beer is $4 here if it's not during the 13 minute.
Yeah.
But now that it's the $1, we literally have 120 people in line. Like they could have gone up straight to the bar and paid the $4, but no, they waited for that $1.
They needed the reason. You know, some needed
value. We always search for value.
We're looking for that.
That's exactly right.
Looking for that value bet. That's amazing. So he did put it at 13 minutes. All right, so they're getting dollar beers.
12 minutes left. I don't know if the people at the back of the line are going to get it.
And $4 juice.
All right,
spiked juice.
NFL.
That guy there got 8 beers.
Did he really?
Come on.
You're allowed to do that?
Apparently
you are.
You can't carry 8 beers.
He's setting them aside.
Oh, all right.
He's calling in
he's calling in reserve.
He's calling in. He's got the righty coming in from the bullpen, and he's got the lefty coming in from the bullpen. You got a lot of help there. You have 8 beers to carry. Scotty, you'll get one from him. He's trying to give you one, Scott.
Like he's just handing them out.
I mean, he does.
Hey, Scotty, have a beer. Don't cost nothing except $1. All right, let's talk about the value in the NFL right now. Is there a value pick? Boy, the Chargers at 16-1 seem like a nice value play. We like Miami at 16-1, the Hurricanes. Why not the Chargers at 16-1?
Especially the way Herbert's playing. He's playing really, really well. The Dolphins have, and Tua played well last night overall, but I know he had the late pick, but they have to be kicking themselves. They took Tua over Herbert.
Let me ask you guys this. We talked about Kansas City and playoffs and all that.
Playoffs?
Would you dip your toe in the water at all on Kansas City in any way?
15-1?
Is there enough value there right now in them? That's to win the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, that's for Super Bowl.
I don't think there is, because is there any way this team...
Worthy's going to come back.
Yeah,
Rice will come back.
Do we think that line is skewed by the fact that they've had so much success in recent years?
Of course, but it should be.
Well, this doesn't look like the same team, though. They lost a lot of their offensive linemen.
It doesn't, right? But let's say this team in a month looks like the team that we're used to the Chiefs looking like. Then you're sitting there at a 15-1 ticket, and it's already down an 8-1.
That's true.
They could this is, I don't know, this may be stupid to say, but they could very easily be 2-0. It's not like these have been garbage losses.
Right.
I mean, they played two very good teams.
Let's
Chargers
say,
overseas and the Eagles at home.
So
like
let's
you said, with
play
the top
this
two
out.
receivers out.
If the Chiefs find their way into the playoffs, whether they're a 5, 6, 7 seed, whatever, and they find their way into the playoffs, wouldn't you feel pretty good about having a Chiefs Super Bowl ticket?
Yeah, if they're at 15-1.
100%.
Yes, but I do feel like in the AFC it's tough sledding, man. I mean, and then some. I just feel like I'd put them behind the Ravens.
But you
and
got
the
Burrow
Bills.
out, so that's one team that just lost.
He's going to be back by then, Scotty. No,
I did bet. I can't remember what the odds were.
Maybe.
But I had Buffalo as the last undefeated team before the season started. Only because I knew if they beat Baltimore, they could roll. Their schedule is cake. But I do like having the Chiefs at 15-1, 16-1 on Bet365 right now to win it all. Actually, I think it just got bet. I don't know if this is live betting or what. I got them at 14-1 now to win it all. But I'm with you on having that ticket. Here's the analytic that would go against us. 0-2 teams in the NFL the last 20, 30 years are 12% to even make the playoffs. Forget about winning it all. Now, once you get in, I like what Scott said. That's a team you want in the tournament. That's a team that's been there, they have the experience, and presumably they'll have all their weapons back. And maybe somebody else gets an injury down the road that we don't know about. So
it's a tough division, too.
It's starting to get into a little bit of a value. And if you believe they're going to beat the Giants, which Vegas does, then all of a sudden you've got a 1-2 team with 14-1. Scotty, do you have? Let's lay out their schedule and see how they can climb where that 14-1 becomes really good. So if they beat the Giants,
which they will,
they're home against Baltimore.
Okay, probably a 50-50 game.
50-50 game. If they lose it and they go to 1-3,
then you got problems.
Then you got problems. But if they win it and they're a 2-2 team with a win over Baltimore, and you've got them at 14-1, like you feel okay about it.
Right. Let's say
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Detroit at home.
Win.
Vegas at home. Washington at home. Boy, they do here. By the way, they've got some tough games this year. They got to go at Buffalo. They've got to go. Well, that's really it, actually. That's their toughest roadie.
Yeah, and then
obviously at Denver they have to play them. But yeah. Otherwise, they're scheduled to they'll get the Chargers back at home in December. At Tennessee,
let me throw a team out at you guys. Talking value here, and I guess part of me thinks a little bit like Washington, a little bit coming out of nowhere in the NFC last year, and the team that I'm thinking of is Tampa Bay, because I like Baker. He seems to. I don't think the NFC is that strong. That's not a good division.
I was going to say the weakest division in football, right? You have the Saints and the Panthers in that division. Jeez.
I don't think the NFC is that spectacular. Like I mean, Washington's good, right? Green Bay we think is good. I don't know if I fully trust them. I think Tampa Bay might be at 20-1, one that you would maybe invest a little bit in.
I like that one. I like the value there. I'm not predicting that the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl, but I love the value there. They don't even have Chris Godwin yet. No, Mecca is doing great.
Right.
People are like, why would you take a Mecca in the first round? You have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, because he's the safest pick in the draft. And when they get Godwin back, they're going to have a three-headed monster at wide receiver with a good quarterback in Baker, and I love Bucky Irving at running back. They've got a good defense.
And I like their schedule.
Man,
you pull up their
that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a team that I think could go 11-6, get into the playoffs, and make a run similar to what Washington did.
And they'll not only make the playoffs, they'll win their division. So they'll be playing at home if they don't have the bye, which I don't think they're going to be the number one seed. They'll at least be playing at home in the first round. So if you have them to win the Super Bowl, you like the fact that the chances of them winning a first-round game and then anything is possible.
Best thing about that, what you said, is that they play in the NFC.
Yes.
Honestly. It's the best thing, because then you're fighting with listen, the Packers, there's not a lot of value there at 6.5-1, and I don't think you have to worry about if the Packers beat the Browns that thing tanking. So I wouldn't bet the Packers now. And I like the value on the Chargers if I am going to take an AFC team. And I like the value. I could hedge that out a little bit by taking Denver at 28-1 just to have them in case they rise up a little bit because of that defense. And then I do like what you said about having Tampa in the NFC. They're 22-1 on Bet365 right now.
Whew, so it gets even better.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot of value unless I did believe in the Jags before the year, but I wouldn't believe them to win the Super Bowl. But if you had them at 65-1 to win the Super Bowl and they make the playoffs, then there's a lot of hedging possibility.
Boy, you're talking about Jacksonville.
I'm just saying, if you had them and they made the tournament, you could hedge off of them at 65-1.
Yeah, man, I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence.
No, I know.
And to lose that game against the Bengals, after you knock Joe Burrow out of the game and then you still lose.
Is there a sleeper?
I think Tampa Bay's the sleeper.
Yeah, I like that one. We have somebody on our YouTube chat. Craig is saying he really likes that tune. Craig Rail. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Craig Rail saying I agree with you guys about Tampa Bay. Yeah. Good call, Scotty.
They got a tough game this week, right?
Speaking of
Houston?
guys, we talked about this earlier in the show, where we feel like we discovered guys early and bought stock in them, and they ended up doing really well. I brought up Michael Redd, feeling like he was going to be a good NBA player when most people didn't. He was a second-round pick. How about guys going the other way? Because for me, Trevor Lawrence is a guy, we were just talking about Jacksonville, he's a guy who I thought was going to be amazing, and almost everybody, I think, thought he was going to be amazing, and he's really been mostly a dud.
Well, he's had a lot of coaching inconsistency. I'm not taking him off the hook completely, but he has, and he's got to prove it. I agree. He got a big contract, and you're right. He's been very underwhelming. But I think we uncovered some value today, college and pro. We come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Get the MVP, more value price from Coghlan Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Get 0% financing on a new 25 Kia Sorento or 3.49% on a new 25 Telluride. Visit CoghlanKia.com.
Coghlan has the car for you.
Based on January to December 2024 retail sales, 0% for 48 months and 3.49% for 60 months equals $20.83 and $18.19 per 1,000 finance through Kia Motor Finance. Not all will qualify. All qualified manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash, or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
We here at The Fan want to make your mornings as enjoyable as possible. That's why we bring you T-Bone and Tybus, a delightful blend of sports conversation and laughter. A show so good you'll forget all about your dead-end job and underachieving children. Maybe you saved a lot of money to send them to private school, and then your daughter shacks up with some dude named Fuzz. And you can't tell if your wife's angry or not because she's had so many fillers shot in her face that it can't move anymore. Anyway, T-Bone and Tybus, it's good.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right. I think that hole, we had a guy that was trying to punch out, hit the big trunk of a tree, ricochet to the left, and possibly out onto, what is that, Kinnear? Like, where is that?
Yeah,
like,
I think it is.
I think we're at, so that would have been hole number, let's see, 15.
He found it?
Oh, he found it. He's not in the road.
He's in the shrubs.
Oh, my.
Shrubbery.
He's got shrub trouble. And we're going to try to get out of there. We need another punch out and avoid some lumber this time. That's golfing. And he's going to hit it lefty. He's going to turn the club around and possibly hit it lefty.
Question for you, because I golfed with a left-hander earlier this week, and I had a ball that was up near the tree, and the only way I could get it out was really to hit left-handed, so I used one of his clubs. Is that allowed? Are you allowed to use your playing partner's club who's a lefty?
I don't think so.
No?
Well, I thought you...
Were you guys playing for money?
Yeah, of course.
Well, he was. That's what I thought. He's a nice guy to let you use his clubs.
Well, he didn't really want me to use it.
Oh, you talked him into it.
But I just kind of grabbed it.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Don't ask for permission. Ask for
check in with
forgiveness.
the RNA and the USGA, but I think you were in violation, sir.
Okay.
TLC, take us home.
All right. Apropos of current events, who were some of your favorite late-night talk show hosts and guests?
For me, like David Letterman is number one for me. And as far as guests, I always like Norm Macdonald. He was always hilarious. There's still great clips out there of him, like on Conan, for example, or even Letterman. But I'll go with David Letterman and give me a Norm Macdonald as my favorite guest.
Okay, when he was on with Dennis Miller, when Norm was on with him, it was a riot. All right, I'm going to go with a very short window guy.
Me too.
Craig Kilborn.
Oh, my gosh. That's where I was going to.
Resourceful.
So, Craig Kilborn.
The feel-good edition.
So, Craig Kilborn would do his 5 questions.
Yes.
And you just asked TLC, you asked about guest. So, he had on Snoop Dogg one time, and he asked him 5 questions. And one of the questions was, what is his favorite, breakfast cake, or a snack cake? And he went through Kilborn was saying some of the options, and Snoop Dogg looked at him and just said, ho. And when he said, I literally fell off the couch. It wasn't Twinkies, it wasn't Ding Dongs, it was ho.
I love Craig Kilborn, too, and I loved his Sports Center. He's not my Vetus. He's not your Vetus. He's our Vetus. Our Vetus Sabonis.
Yeah. What happened to him? Because he went on, he was the Daily Show before Jon Stewart. Then he did the Late Late Show. Then what happened after that?
Yeah, he got out. He was in Old School with Vince Vaughn, and he was in Old School, and he just kind of jumped off the grid. And so I really have no clue. I need to find out, because his dry wit and humor and everything about him, what made him a great Certainly his Kreger's segment and all that stuff was great.
My
So-
favorite Sports Center anchor of all time, too, guys.
I agree with you. And Kenny Mayne's up there, too, and there's others that I can point to, but I think Kilborn's my favorite. And he was relatively young, too.
The feel-good edition.
The feel-good edition, yeah. I thought he'd be a mainstay for many, many years on TV. And maybe he just doesn't want to your point. Just wants to get off the grid. He's made plenty of money. Just go and relax and enjoy life.
Here's Letterman talking to Steven Tyler and Joe Perry.
Are you grateful and surprised that you're still alive?
And here is the all-time great.
Box office poison.
Do you have a preference between local versus chain pizza? It's National Pepperoni Pizza Day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, local for me, for sure. Local. And I think the best... Yeah, mom and pop pizza places. I don't want to give free advertising out, but I like the local mom and pop pizza places.
So once you find a local place, it is amazing. I will say that when, being from Chicago and being a deep dish guy, and now I'm definitely much more of a thin guy, but it's not like I turned down deep dish. I have a subscription coming in from Chicago now from Lou Malnati's. But when Uno's came to Columbus way back when, and they went in at Tuttle Crossing, they had a 2 for Tuesday deal all the time, whatever. And I would go in there and buy 2 deep dish and they were gone real quick. But, yeah, I think Dave's got it right. I think once you find that local one that you love.
For me, local Luigi's in Hilliard growing up. Every Friday night, Luigi's.
Where did you take me
I
that
took you to Luigi's, and you were like, eh.
No, I didn't.
No, you gave it.
You said there was different ownership, though, than when you grew up.
That's true. But, but it was the same owners when I took Anthony.
I just, I like mine so crispy, and maybe I just didn't get it cooked enough.
My feelings were hurt.
I didn't mean. I know your feelings were hurt, and I do feel bad about hurting your feelings. But you had hyped it up so much, and then I just kind of went with it okay, this better be the greatest thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I want to go back. I do. I'll never turn it down.
And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavatier, which means that we are just about out of time.
Indeed, we are. If you've missed anything from the show, the Rothman and Ice podcast is sponsored by our friends at Bet365. Dave, this was a pleasure, man. This was a nice little office window for us today.
Awesome being out here today, Anthony and Scotty.
Scotty, Chris, great job today, boys. We appreciate all the hard work. Everybody here at Pub 13, get out here this weekend. They'll have the football games on the massive screen. You'll have the golf. You'll have, hopefully, good weather. And just enjoy. We'll kick it over to Common Man and Timmy up next. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from